team. We're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, traveled with open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes. You see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know my time. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal. But the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. We're much expected, much is given. Wanna make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let us see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm gonna wrestle and fight this final round. Life's a paper, no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't get played, can't take it personal.
Cause the devil is a lie. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey, 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 hey. Love is the word. What's up, Keena? She back in the building. What's up, Keena? How you feel? How you feel? Welcome home. Welcome home. What up, DB? The majestic Southern T Boxing. Welcome, man. Welcome to the show. Southern T. What's up, man? JP, but we gonna call him JQ, man. Big is Big Lloyd in the house. Man, what's up, Utah? Triple OG. What's up? Man, he said DB 4 times, man. What it do? What it do? What it do, DOG? I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Kennedy, Brian, Gavin, life, love, real. Aron. Welcome back, Aron. Where you been? How you been, man? Christopher Journey. You know, he comes every other day now. What's up, G Brown? Changed his name and everything, Dimitri. What's up, man? Fly high. Bama. Jeff, 7 and 9. Art Man Boxing. Appreciate you, man. Cooking with Sir Picasso. Young World. G Brown. What's up? We good? Kevin Brower. I think that's everybody that came in here early. So what's up, man? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Bob is ready to rock and roll. Just got off the phone with him 20 minutes ago. So we good on that end, man. Hopefully everybody's good. Let me know when you want to come in, DB. We good. And yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We had a good weekend. Man, that's a big son of a bitch. God damn. Nagano is a big, god damn. Man, I didn't know God made humans that big and that athletic, man. Now I see what these damn offensive linemen be looking at, man. God damn. You know what I mean? Like, man, I would not want to be I would not want to line up against that kid from South Carolina. What's that kid from South Carolina that knocked that Javion Clowney? God damn. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Sheesh. Man, if that's what Nagano looks like, what does what does poor number 77 look like, the left tackle against Javion Clowney? God damn. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Nagano is athletic. He was light on his feet. He was agile. He was strong. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, UCLA was winning when I came in the office. They still winning, right? Oh, yeah. I'm talking about the USC game. Yeah, I saw the UCLA game. I know DB happy. Yeah, Khalil Mack. Man, in college, Javion Clowney was a problem. That poor Michigan running back, man, he's still in a meme somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, USC won. They were up by 10 or 11 with 4 minutes ago when I came in here. So I just took it as if they were going to win. Yeah, man. LA is looking live and well, man. SC, UCLA, they're in the building. So they're in the Elite Eight together, which is odd. You know what I mean? We rarely have that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have that. What's up, KJ? And yeah, man. So Bob is ready to rock and roll. I guess I should be calling him. What's up, H Money? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Bellator this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be watching that. That's for $1 million. That's for $1 million. That's for $1 million greenbacks. Yeah. I'll definitely be watching that because the intensity going to be different. It's like March Madness or like NHL playoffs. The intensity is just different. So I'm definitely excited to I'll be participating in that this weekend. You know, so that was good. I was very impressed with Nagano, man. I appreciate DB. I was very impressed with him. He's a hell of an athlete. My God, he's a hell of an athlete. So yeah, let me call Bob. Let's see where we at with this. I ain't taking no calls yet, Asia. I appreciate you, though, Asia. Appreciate you. Nice. What's up, DB?
Yes, sir.
How you feel?
Man, I feel like $1 million, man. Shout out to Coach Dewey Cooper, man. Barbershop. We heard it here first, and we talked about the strategy and some of the game plan, and it happened the way that we said it would happen, man. Francis Ngannou used what we call hips and grappling and prevented takedowns from happening, had good cardio. He pressed forward. His boxing was crisp. He had a long...
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
All right, Bob.
Okay.
No, I'm calling Bob. Keep talking. Yeah.
But yeah, man, new heavyweight champion, man. You know, as I mentioned before, you know, sometimes I know what I'm talking about. You know, I've been wrong before.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
What's Bob doing? I'll give him a second. Yeah. I just got off the phone with him. But yeah, Francis, I mean, he looked at, man. It's like he was nothing that guy can do. He was like, man, I'm gonna take you down. Nah, that ain't gonna work. And that was it.
Yeah, the strategy for Stipe Miocic was to let me take him down and let me get him tired. You know, let those big muscles fill up and get tight. And that just wasn't the case. You know,
right.
His strength and conditioning, his nutrition, and all these things that I said he didn't have a team in place before. And this was 3 years ago, completely different. And you see that ungodly power, man. That short left hook. I mean, he didn't even put anything into it, man. He just put it up there. You know what I'm saying? And it touched this dude and had him looking like an old Rashad Evans knockout when he got knocked out by Lyoto Machida, had his foot behind him. It was it was crazy, man.
Yeah, that was bad.
I don't think that right now there's anybody that can do
Your call has been forwarded.
Go ahead.
The only person that has a shot. Listen, John Jones is the greatest of all time. Him and Greg Jackson and Coach John Winklejohn. They are master strategists. These dudes know how to put together a game plan like nobody's business. But John Jones is just not big enough. You know, John Jones doesn't possess power in his hands to hurt Stipe. And if he has the same game plan as Stipe, is to go in there and
calling you from a 323 number. It keeps on going to voicemail. Okay, I'm gonna call you right back from a 323 number. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, DB. You cooking?
Oh shit! I heard you talking. I don't know if you were talking to me or Bob.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
He got this number blocked or what?
Yeah. But,
your call has been.
Bob got this number blocked. I'm gonna connect him to this line then. He waiting. He like, man, what's up? All right, this gonna be good. Broadcaster.
By the way, if y'all have questions for Bob, if you at me, make sure you put the question in the same context that you want it to be asked. Because if you just say ask about Manny, then just say, hey, what about Manny?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Bob? Bob, you got my number blocked, man.
No.
Oh, keep on the number I kept on calling you from, kept on going to voicemail. How you doing, man?
Good.
Hey, DB's on the line. Hey, so
how you doing, Bob?
How are you? Good.
Hey,
good.
Good.
Hey,
You've been watching the baskets?
Oh,
man, good game.
Yeah, we got two LA teams in the Elite Eight, Bob.
UCLA.
Can you believe that? Yeah.
I might have to parlay them, man. You know what I mean?
One plays Gonzaga next, and the other plays Michigan. They're not good bets.
Oh no, Gonzaga look like they're shoo-in, right?
Yeah, well, that looks that way.
Yeah,
but Michigan is a really good team, also.
No, by far.
And UCLA plays Michigan.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's gonna be a run in the mill. Yeah, they got to defend that 3-point line because Michigan spreads you out terribly.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, you know what's funny? So I've been reading a lot of these FBI files lately on Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and everyone else. You know, you in those FBI files, man.
Do I what?
You know, you're in those FBI files.
No shit.
Yeah. Yes. With your interactions with Herbert and John Ali. You know what it says? Yes, I swear. You know what it says? It didn't know your name at first, right? And it says Herbert Muhammad, John Ali is dealing with two white men from Maine bouts.
Right.
Yeah. And coincidentally, I went to Chicago last weekend and interviewed John Ali for about 3 or 4 hours.
Is he still around, John?
He's 94. He's 94.
Oh my God.
Would you like for me to give him your number?
No.
Okay.
How is he physically?
He's declining a bit. His brain is still sharp, but he has trouble walking and stuff like that.
Yeah, 94. Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean John was a peculiar guy, but he was all right.
Tell me about that interaction, because I'm flying to Chicago in 2 more weeks to do one more interview with them. So I was very interested when I was reading that. I was like, what were y'all interactions, by the way? And how would you describe them?
Jim Brown introduced me to Ali and to Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
And then I became, after visiting with Elijah Muhammad, I became the promoter and lawyer for Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And we set up a company called Maine Bout, and we had 50%. Jim, myself, and a guy named Mike Mallett,
mm-hmm.
who knew what he was doing. He was a closed circuit guy at the time. And Herbert and John Ali had the other 50%.
Mm.
And then I was very, very upset because a guy that I knew from the attorney's office, not a district attorney's office, not the U.S. attorney's office, district attorney's office, called me up and said, "You're out of your mind. Do you know who one of your partners is?" And I said, "Why?" And he said, "This John Ali was the guy that fingered Malcolm X and arranged for his murder."
Yeah, that's.
Did you ever ask John?
Yeah, oh yeah, I definitely asked him about that, and obviously he said, actually, I'll be straightforward with you. He changed his whole energy, and you guys are gonna see the interview. His whole disposition changed when I talk about Malcolm, as if he doesn't exist, as if he's a nobody.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, because they cut him off because he broke from Elijah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He did for a little bit. And
no, he did. It was a real schism, and Malcolm had hoped that Ali would join him, and Ali went with Elijah.
Got it. But you had a lot of phone calls with John Ali. What was those phone calls like? It's all in the papers, man. I was like, it was 1966, 1965, 1966.
He was a partner. He was a partner of mine, and so obviously he made calls. They were all business calls and that kind of thing. But both with John and Herbert was doing other things as well. You know, he was, I think, the head guy for the newspaper they had, and. So it's true that in the beginning, most of my interactions were with John.
And you would deliver him checks, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because it says it all. I'm going to send you this paperwork. Oh, my God. It is crazy. I'm like, 2 white guys. That's Bob Arum. You were delivering him checks, and you were telling them that they were coming. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You thought I was bullshitting you, huh?
No, but
I knew all of these people. Yeah.
But it's funny, man, that they didn't know your name in the beginning, and so they say you're calling from this number and it's reaching that number, and it was just very entertaining to know that I knew you, and I actually had interviewed. Go ahead.
And then they put in that I was a former assistant U.S. attorney and all that stuff.
Yeah. They got your descriptions and all that, because before they get into the dialogue, they give you like this 6 number. You get 6 numbers, and that's how they track you with the FBI. So you actually have an FBI number. I'll give it to you if you want to research it. But yeah, you have an FBI number. So they followed you your whole. I haven't gotten into Muhammad Ali's yet, but they followed you all the way through. Every phone call you made, I have it.
Every phone call I made to anybody?
Every phone call, no. Every phone call you made to anybody attached to Elijah Muhammad, I have it. That you called them, and the guy is tapping. He tapped your phone, and he's saying what you guys are talking about. So when you say I'm going to deliver a check, and you guys would and then you guys would meet or what have you, and that would be it, and that's it.
I would love for you to make copies.
Okay, I got you, Bob. I got you for sure. I'll definitely send it to you. Main bouts. Yeah. 2. Who was the other white guy? Because it said it started off with 2 white guys. Who was the second white guy?
It was Mike Mallett, who had been in the closed circuit business, because that was with his father, and so we brought him in because he was the only guy that knew what he was doing.
Right.
Understand?
Right. And I'm sure when I get to the Muhammad Ali segment, it's going to be a lot more with it, and I'll gladly send you a copy. I'll make sure Seattle gets it for sure, and then she'll hand it to you.
What did you get it with the Freedom of Information Act?
Yeah, but now it's
like that?
yeah, but now it's online, so you can just Google Elijah Muhammad FBI files and Muhammad Ali FBI files. But it's so many of them. Yeah, it's online, and you can see your interactions. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Well, I'm good. I'm famous, man. I'm famous.
You've been famous, Bob. You've been famous, Bob. Oh, so my last thing. So what other stuff that you and because I'm going to Chicago in 2 weeks. What other things did you and him talk about? Like, how many checks did you guys in exchange between you and John Ali?
Oh, but you understand? After every fight, we would divvy up the money.
Mm-hmm.
We would keep some for operating expenses, divvy up the money, and I would cut the checks.
Gotcha.
So look at all of Muhammad Ali's fights after every single one. And then sometimes the payments came in late from the closed circuit operators. And so there'd be a second check and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it was normal business, you know.
Gotcha.
It wasn't anything, that could get anybody into trouble or against the law.
No, it definitely wasn't that. How was his personality? How was John Ali's personality as a young man?
Well, at the beginning, you got to understand, he had been the secretary of the Nation of Islam, and his way to deal with people was to give them the look, the eye, the menacing eye. But I sort of got a kick out of it. So, I became friendly with him, and we became friends because he realized he wasn't going to intimidate me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I mean, after the first 6 months, Jim Brown told me that this is crazy. He said, I brought you in, you met these people, and now these people are closer to you than they are to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll definitely bring your name up I got to fly there in like 2 more weeks, man. You know what I mean? And I'll definitely bring your name up and we'll go.
Oh, you haven't brought my name up yet?
No, I because I didn't know, because I came back and I've been studying all the paperwork for the past since I only went for a day last Sunday. I flew up Sunday morning and came back Monday morning. So I only flew up for a day, and I came back Monday, and there you are. So
is John with Wallace now?
No,
they had a schism. Because they had a schism after Elijah died. Farrakhan had one faction, and Wallace Muhammad had another faction. Had the main faction.
Yeah, he's passed. Wallace has passed.
Wallace.
Yeah, he's passed.
He was a very good man.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. That's what I get in the FBI files. He's a very, when he got out of jail for not going to the draft, he kind of, he was very straightforward. You know what I mean?
Very straight.
Yeah, very, very straight. So yeah, now we got that out the way. I mean, I know you're so excited to talk about Teofimo Lopez. Yeah. Teofimo Lopez, man, is he a thorn in your side, or is he just doing business?
No. You have to understand, there comes a time when a kid is really performed well and gets some notoriety, that he immediately believes that he should be a pay-per-view attraction. And I am conservative about that. I think that they need more exposure on free television to really build them up as a pay-per-view attraction. But they think otherwise. And since it's his career, and the father has said he only wants to be in pay-per-view fights, so sink or swim, we're going to put him in pay-per-view fights. I just think it's a little premature.
So you'll be rooting for him to win on Triller, or you just don't, or you have no opinion on it?
Oh, I'm rooting for him to win. He's my fighter. Why wouldn't I root for him to win? And he's going to win, easy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But again, after this fight, his contract continues with Top Rank for another 3+ years.
Mm-hmm. And what's your plans?
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bob.
By all means,
mm-hmm.
my plan is to get him the best possible opponent and put him in a pay-per-view fight.
Mm. Is pay-per-view like Lomachenko? Is would you be willing to do that?
I sure, but I don't think that's what he's looking to do. He wants to fight a guy like Haney or a guy like Garcia. So that's what we'll try to arrange.
Okay.
He really wants to fight the winner of Ramirez and Taylor, which is May 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a commitment that each guy has with the WBO to fight this English guy, Catterall. So I don't think Teofimo would want to wait around and be out of action that long. So we're going to match him with the best lightweight around.
Okay. DB?
There's conversation and talks about Ramirez and Taylor moving up after this unification bout. Is there any truth to that? Do you know?
I think eventually there is truth to it, but they have a commitment. The winner has a commitment to fight this Catterall kid from the UK. And then probably the beginning of next year, the winner will move up to challenge Terence.
So are all economic engines geared up for a Errol Spence Terence Crawford bout? And if not, when is Bud Crawford fighting next?
There's going to be an announcement within the week on Bud Crawford's next fight. I can't reveal it now, but it will be a major fight.
Okay.
And
will we be able to pronounce his opponent's name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this week we should anticipate a Terence Crawford opponent
announcement and an announcement, a date and a place and everything. But I'm not at liberty to discuss it at this time.
Can you give us the date?
No, that's what I did. This is a big deal. This is not just any old fight. This is a big deal.
Okay.
And it'll be announced next week, and all the details will be announced at that time.
Pay-per-view?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, is there any progress on putting together a Juneteenth card?
Who?
Juneteenth.
Who?
Juneteenth. Like the date.
Oh, June 17th.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a Saturday, right?
It is on a Saturday, Bob. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You sure? June 3rd, 10th, 17th. Yeah, we have a date the 17th. We're definitely doing a card on the 17th, and in honor of Juneteenth.
June 19th, not June 19th. I'm sorry, June 19th. Yeah, June 19th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, our June 19th card in honor of the Juneteenth festival to celebrate the delivery of the Emancipation Proclamation in the various regions. We're going to feature the Japanese star Inoue, the monster, will be fighting on that date.
Okay.
Who is he fighting, Bob?
the Inoue is fighting the number one guy, an undefeated guy from Desmarnes or something like that from the Philippines.
Okay.
And how does the undercard look?
I really don't know. I don't want to mix it up. It'll be a very, very good undercard because there's a lot of international distribution, and ESPN really is looking. They're televising not only the co-main event, but all the other fights go on ESPN Plus, and they're looking for quality fights. So there'll be a lot of really good fights on that card.
So this is not really a celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation and Liberation.
I was being facetious. No, we promised that date to the Japanese promoter, and I think we have. I'm sure we have people on the undercard. A lot of people who you could say are representatives to celebrate the date.
How would you rate? What grade would you give Terence Crawford's resume? A, B, C, D?
Well, certainly A. I think he's been terrific. He has a great body of work. And the resume is continuing because while I don't think we'll ever get Spence in the ring, because Spence, you can tell what he's saying, doesn't want to fight him, unlike Sean Porter, who clearly wants to fight Terence as long as the money is right. Again, I mean, if a fighter doesn't want to fight another fighter, then just forget about it and you move on.
How has it been an additional conversation since the one you had last year with Al as it pertains to Errol Spence?
Al has nothing to do with it in the sense that I'm sure Al would do it, but Spence doesn't want to do it. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, when we deal with Sean Porter, who's another one of Al's fighters, there's no interference at all from Al.
How was the negotiations with Porter?
Good. I mean, I didn't negotiate with the kid. I had meetings with the father, who's a really, really eminently sensible, bright guy. Pleasure to talk to and deal with. And the question then is, like any negotiation, will ultimately reach a number to get the fight done.
Why did those negotiations fall through?
They didn't fall through.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the next opponent, man.
Slick spread.
No. Don't. That announcement, that will be coming next week.
Oh, not this week, but next week.
I'm sorry. This coming week. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This coming week.
What did you make of Terence Crawford comments about Canelo that he won't fight a black fighter?
Oh, that's silly. Look at the black fighters that Canelo has fought. I mean, you shouldn't interject race into something where it's not appropriate. I mean, Canelo won't duck anybody, and when appropriate, he'll fight any black fighter. Just happens that in the super middleweight division now, all these guys are white guys, like Billy Saunders, who's a champion, and this fighter that Al has, Keller Plant, is another white guy. So, but, Canelo, it's not in his blood to duck anybody. And look who he fought in his whole career when people said that he was overreaching. He fought Lara, and he fought Trout, and a number of other fighters. Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Danny Jacobs. Yeah, come on. I mean, that's a silly statement for Terence.
Well, Bob, you said not to interject race, but Canelo said from his own mouth that he wouldn't fight any more Mexicans. So he kind of did that to himself.
Well, that's what but again, that's not race. That's saying, I don't want to fight another countryman. That's saying something to show how patriotic he is, but which is another stupid statement, because if there was a Mexican who the public really wanted him to fight, Mexican American, believe me, he'd fight him.
And to digress back into the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, was 60-40 wasn't a good split between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence?
No. It was 70-30. Why shouldn't it be, again, if you want to do a split, you should do it 40-40, and the winner gets another 20%. That would be okay. That's how you do a 60-40 split.
Okay. Boxing's never done that, though, and big fights. I've never seen that in big fights. 40-40 and the winner takes.
Wouldn't it be much more interesting? The UFC, I believe, has done it in a number of fights.
Okay. Yeah, DB.
It was. I'm sorry, I just had a question there. But my brother Kenlon Jones had a question in the chat. He said, do you think the traditional model of promotion can thrive and exist in today's world, or is the promotional style like PBC, where fighters are representing themselves, will be the future?
Well, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But I think that, PBC dresses it up like the fighters are representing themselves. But truly, PBC is in effect the promoter, even though they use Tom Brown's company. In effect, they're the promoter, just like we're the promoter. But if these fighters want to form their own promotional company and co-promote their fights with Top Rank, we're happy to do that, just the way we did with Manny Pacquiao and his MP Promotions for over 10 years. So that's not new fighters wanting to be promoters or co-promoters. And we're certainly always been up for that.
Do you think with the addition of Trilla, will you be adding more more stuff to advocate to get more, let's say, novice fans back into boxing? Like maybe you'll hire some level of entertainment, or maybe you'll start fight week on a Thursday, Friday into a Saturday?
Well, again, let's see how successful they are doing. Certainly if they're successful in what they're doing, then ourselves and other promoters are going to copy it.
Gotcha. Right.
But again, we have no idea how successful it's going to be.
Gotcha. When you said Al has nothing to do with Spence, what did that mean? Because obviously,
no, that Al would make the fight. I think I again, do I know for sure? No, but I really believe it's Spence who is putting up the roadblocks because he doesn't want to do the fight. I mean, the truth is that Terence annihilates Spence.
Okay.
Spence is too slow, and he doesn't have fast feet, and Terence, who can go from lefty to righty, is a much more skilled fighter.
How has it been with you and Eddie Hearn since the purse bid? He stepped on your toes a little bit, Bob.
Yeah, well, he did, but again, you understand. And I talked it out with Eddie. Up to that point, promoters, a promoter like ourselves, if there was a fight between two fighters that we had nothing ever to do with, we would never put a purse bid in.
Right.
That was the unwritten rule. Eddie was either not aware of it or didn't care and put a bid in. He didn't do anything wrong, but we were stunned that he would do that. Because why would he bid on a fight that wasn't a major fight? Give Teofimo a position on the zone, only to have him come back to us and ESPN after that fight. So it made no sense. But we obviously we've gone on from that point, and we're working together to get a site and a date for the Fury Joshua fight.
Before we get to Fury Josh, he actually stepped on your foot again. He said he would love to sign Teofimo Lopez.
Well, that's okay. Why wouldn't he love to sign him? I mean, that's fine. But again, if he tried, he'd get a friggin' lawsuit that, might provide funds for my great-grandchildren going down the line.
Okay. DB?
Yeah, Bob, it's funny because I watch the UFC and Dana White a lot of times, and I hear him in his press conferences and interviews, and he's constantly deferring. And I'm just wondering why. When we ask you about upcoming bouts, why is it a big secret? Like, why not just tell the fans right away?
Because the people who are arranging the fight have asked us not to. I've told you what our fights are in June, what our fights are in April, what our fights are in May. But here, we have radio silence because people that we're working with asked us to.
Thurman's people ask you guys to keep it quiet?
They want to make the announcement.
Got it. Okay. And how far is your 2021 Top Rank schedule out until?
Pretty much we're booking through the end of July because that's the end of our fiscal year. So we have April 3rd, we have Herring and Frampton from Dubai. April 10th, Joe Smith and Wassa for the WBO light heavyweight title from Tulsa. And then the 24th, we have Navarre against Christopher Diaz in Orlando for the featherweight title. And then that's April. And then May, We have Mick Conlon fighting from London on ESPN, and Taylor and Ramirez from Vegas on the 22nd. And then June 12th, we have a fight on June 5th. Did I skip May?
No, you got May. Got May.
June
12th. You got
June 5th. We have a fight that we're going to be announcing. June 12th, we have Shakur fighting in Madison Square Garden. With Berlanga is on the April 24th card, the kid who knocks everybody out in the first round.
Yeah, and
he's going to be on the Shakur Stevenson card on the 12th of June. The 19th, we have the Italy, and then either on the last week in June or on July 10th, Lomachenko against Nakatani, the guy who knocked out Verdeo.
Is that confirmed?
What?
Is that confirmed? Loma versus Nakatani?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting fight.
The date is either the last week in June or July 10th. Mm-hmm. And we have something on July 17th, which I forget now. Mm-hmm. But we got a real robust schedule.
That is a big schedule.
And on the April 10th card in Tulsa, we got two really interesting heavyweight fights. We have Effie, the big African kid, on the card, and then we have his first 8-round fight, Jared Anderson, who I think is the most promising young heavyweight around.
How important is it to have a schedule out? Because we've been debating on this channel about promoters pushing out, I say 3 months in advance to give fans an opportunity to set their schedule and for you guys to promote and maximize your dollar at the gate and whatever the case may be.
Well, again, you said the operative word. That was good. The gate. Mm-hmm. You haven't had any gates for a year. So you didn't have that much of an incentive to announce in advance. But now you want to announce in advance because we have tickets on sale on April 10th in Tulsa and tickets on sale in Kissimmee, the town right outside of Orlando, which are practically, both fights are practically all sold out because you're limited with the number of seats you can put in, the number of spectators you can have, but there is such a pent-up demand from fans who want to go to these events now, having been deprived for over a year.
Right. Because I'm definitely getting real anxious. DB, go ahead.
Let's have a couple of questions from the chat. Says status on Big Baby Miller.
I don't know. Again, I think he's still under suspension with the Nevada Athletic Commission.
Got it. And it said, ask Bob if Michaela Meyer will be on the Loma card in the unification.
I think she'll be on before. I really believe that she'll be on before sometime in May. I'm not sure, but she definitely will be on in a unification fight sometime. I thought May or June, but I could be wrong.
Got it. And then there's a super chat from Young Merv the Cut Man. He said, when was the last time promoters kicked around the idea of consolidating boxing and creating some sort of league? Thanks.
Boxing and what?
some sort of league.
That's it. That's been talked about for over 50 years. Just can't work.
No one wants to share the pot, right?
Why
No, it doesn't make sense. Leagues don't make sense. It's an individual sport. So again, there's enough trouble getting promoters to work together and to let your fighter fight on another platform, and then to start with leagues. I mean, nothing would ever get done with promoters. They sit around and bullshit for the next 6 months without doing a fight, preparing for a league that just won't exist.
How's the negotiations with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua going?
They're over. They're finished. They're done.
So
the fighters have signed, and now we're waiting for the firm up a site and a date. Now, obviously, it's not as easy as it normally would be because of the pandemic. A country that was wanted to stage the fight and put up a big site fee may look and say that they have had so many COVID cases last week or last month that they don't know when they're going to be opening up. So it's very, very delicate, having nothing to do with the fight. Really a logistic challenge.
So what's happening with the litigation with with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder?
That is an arbitration, and the arbitrator will decide.
So everything is still contingent upon the arbitrator?
No, I mean, really and truly, nobody anticipates that there'll be an injunction. At worst, there might be a claim for damages.
And when do you anticipate the finality of that?
I think there's a schedule that probably would get a determination sometime in May.
So what are the options for Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury? Because we just heard Eddie Hearns.
I can't go into that. Eddie Hearns, has a loose tongue, and he speaks, and whatever. But under our contract between Joshua and Fury and the various promoters, we're embargoed from talking about who we're talking to, where the fight may be held, until we arrive at a determination and there can be a joint announcement. I know what Eddie's been violating that, but I'm not going.
His dad says he wants to fight twice this year. That being Tyson Fury. Is that capable of still happening?
Definitely.
And do you have to have him have 2 fights this year? Is that mandated by contractual obligations on your part?
No, but again, why wouldn't I give him 2 fights this year? Mm-hmm. I mean, you understand, all these guys have been not been as active as they ordinarily would be because of the pandemic. Right. Now, it would be criminal not to have Fury fight twice this year. And if he fights in June, he can fight in November, December.
Do you have any fear of him? Because he looked kind of big in that picture I saw of him on the beach. Do you have any fear of him going back to drugs and alcohol, cocaine, and all those women? And is that something you're afraid of?
No, I'm not afraid of. I realize that it happened once, but I'm not afraid of it happening because I think he's seen the error of his ways. But again, he's getting frustrated by the inaction, and no matter what, he's going to fight sometime in July.
Okay. DB?
After Kambosos, what would keep Teo from making a Devin bout?
No, I think, as a matter of fact, the father was interviewed and mentioned either the winner of Ramirez Taylor, which can't happen because of their obligation to fight Catterall, or Devin Haney. So by all means, we're going to try to make a Devin Haney fight for Teofimo after the Kambosos fight.
And my brother George said, what's the possibility of a Casimero versus a Inoue bout?
That's a very, very good fight. And that fight was supposed to be made. I think they want to do it in the second half of the year because there's a big television deal for Inoue that kicks in the second half of the year. And they want a great opponent like Casimero.
When was the last time you spoke to Manny Pacquiao's team?
What?
When was the last time you spoke to Manny Pacquiao's team?
That's nobody's business.
Okay, it's nobody's business. Okay, is Teofimo Lopez Sr. bad for business?
No, he's very good.
Okay.
He's very enthusiastic, and there's no games with him. Mm-hmm. Whatever he says is what he truly believes. That doesn't make him always right, but he's speaking from the heart.
And Oscar's comeback. What's your take on Oscar's comeback?
I have no comment.
Why no comment? He's like,
I have no comment.
I mean, you started him. Wouldn't you want to finish him as a promoter?
He was finished 10 years ago. He's finished 10 years ago. Manny Pacquiao finished.
Dana White says cocaine is an expensive drug. How do you respond to that?
I don't know. I never used cocaine.
That's a great one.
I really have never used.
Oh man, how was it? If you don't mind, I'm gonna dig a little bit, Bob. How was it being Oscar De La Hoya's promoter, knowing that because I lived in LA, so I got all the news, Bob, that his checkered past, like going down to Mexico and dealing with the girls allegedly. All this stuff is allegedly. And then with the the cocaine binge and the stilettos and the stockings, how challenging was it on your side?
All that, going to Mexico and the girls and so forth, that was under my watch, and that was just guy being a guy. I mean, there was nothing wrong. He was a good-looking guy. And he chased after girls. He never harassed girls. He may have impregnated a number of them, which he shouldn't have. Mm-hmm. But again, there was nothing criminal about it or nothing embarrassing about it. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, a lot of the stuff that happened, including the alleged cocaine use and the cross-dressing and that sort of stuff, I wasn't involved with it.
What was your reaction when you saw the cross-dressing?
It is what it is. I don't pass judgment on people that have different kind of fetishes. I mean, who am I to pass judgment? Was he breaking any law? No. I mean, so again, it was what it was.
And DB, you got a question before I go?
Yeah, this is called Last Convo. When was your last conversation with Al Heyman, and what fight were you trying to set up?
A couple of months ago, we talked, and we didn't talk about doing any fight because it doesn't work that way. In other words, when we want to use PBC fighter, we talk to Tom Brown, who talks to Al, and either clears it or doesn't clear it. So, and if Al wants to use one of our fighters, he has Tom Brown talk to Carl Moretti or one of the matchmakers, and that's how it works.
So, just because I'm unfamiliar with the name, what does Tom Brown do? Like, what's his title?
He's a promoter. He was the brother-in-law of the late Dan Goosen, and he has a company that Al uses pretty much for most of his promotion. He's a really good guy.
And when they want to use a top-ranked fighter, you said they would reach out to who?
They'd reach out to Moretti, or to the matchmakers.
Got it. And when was the last time you had a conversation with Eddie Hearn, and what fight were you trying to set up?
I talked to Eddie last week, trying to move ahead with the Fury Joshua fight.
And I know it seems publicly you don't have a great relationship with Oscar De La Hoya, but when's the last time you spoke with him?
The last time I talked to Oscar was when he came over to my house in LA, and we had lunch about a month ago, I think.
All right, good. You guys have mended some things. And when you deal with TMT fighters, do you talk to Floyd Mayweather or Leonard Ellaby, or is there another person that you talk to try to set up a TMT fight?
we talk to Leonard. We have very good relationship with Leonard.
Got it. Okay, go ahead, Fred.
I noticed on your schedule that there's no cross promotions with PBC. Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we have our obligation to our fighters, and maybe there were other opponents to use rather than a PBC fighter. And I'm not aware that we're not using PBC fighters. I think we pretty much, do. Remember, our cards are not only the main events, but they're about 7 or 8 deep as far as events are concerned. So I'm sure there are a number of PBC fighters included.
Andy Ruiz is fighting Chris Arreola on pay-per-view. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's good for Chris. I mean, good for Andy. Andy's a terrific guy, and it should be an entertaining fight.
Are you surprised that his ascension? Well, he's back down to normal now, but do you think Andy Ruiz can regain his title?
No, but he's a very good fighter. But again, I really believe that his beating Joshua was a fluke.
You think so?
Yeah.
And
yep.
Are you going to Dubai next week? I mean, this week?
No, I have a medical appointment, but Brad Jacobs in my company is leaving tomorrow, Tuesday.
Okay.
To go.
And what's next for Shakur Stevenson before we get you out of here? What's next for Shakur Stevenson? And
June 12th is headlining in Madison Square Garden.
Got that.
Against the South African.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he gets by. So is Oscar Valdez
do you think will be next, or are you in?
It'd be major. He'll either fight Valdez, Jojo Diaz, or well, no, if Frampton beats Herring, we're going to do a huge event in Northern Ireland in the fall, where we'll get about 40,000 people for Shakur and Frampton.
You think Frampton would take that fight? Frampton and Shakur? Wow.
Frampton wants that fight. Yeah.
Oh, he does. And Marvin Hagler, man, I know you dealt with him. We were real close to Marvin, and obviously he passed away. Rest in peace.
I promoted all of his every one of his championship fights.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what can you tell us about him? A couple of stories, or I got to get off on it. I don't want to. I've watched a lot of basketball today. I'm feeling good. I talk about Marvin. At this point, it makes me sad. Mm-hmm. You got to understand. He was always in such great physical shape, and for him to pass away when he was 23 years my junior really hit me hard. Totally understand that.
All right, guys. I got to get off. Good talking to you.
Talk to you soon, Bob.
I'm happy to come on anytime.
All right.
See you guys.
I appreciate you, Bob. Peace.
Bye.
Bob Arum, y'all.
Man, Fred, you got him emotional talking about the Marvelous One.
Yeah, well, I know he promoted him. I know he promoted him, but he didn't get to a championship fight for a long time, if my memory serves me correctly. So yeah, man, it's I mean, they spent a lot of time together on the road, man. You have no choice, you know what I mean, but to get close. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, hey, sorry for the super chat that we didn't get a chance to get to. This thing was my phone skipped and turned off, and I had to turn it back on. And when I did, it doesn't go back further than, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes. So I know there was at least 3 super chats that I missed. So apologize for that.
So are you looking at Crawford Pacquiao, you think?
No. Keith Thurman, you didn't hear that?
I don't think he heard you though when you said that.
Crawford. Yeah, he heard me.
It's Crawford Pacquiao or Crawford Thurman?
I'm pretty sure that the majority of the chat caught that.
No, I caught it for sure. I think it's Pacquiao or Thurman. Porter got COVID, so I don't know if and that June 5th date is open. So it's either gonna be June 5th or the last date, or July 17th. What is March, April, May? Now he got to get him in June. He definitely got to get him in June. So I can anticipate that June date.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it's Pacquiao, and the only reason why I would say it's Pacquiao because Terence Crawford has never been this boisterous and this outspoken. You know what I mean? So he in his bag right now. He in his feelings in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit about Canelo, talking shit about Arum. Yeah, so that leads me to believe that it's a Manny Pacquiao fight. You know what I mean? And if he gets that kind of money from a Pacquiao fight, that would make him say that I don't need an Errol Spence fight because he's gonna, he's in his mid-30s and making buku millions. At that point, who cares, right? He can say he fought Manny Pacquiao, likely to beat Manny, I would say, and having that name on his resume is good for him and his crazy fans, and having that money and also being a 3-division world champion, I think for him, he would be content with that, and he wouldn't want to fight anybody else, like a big name, or not necessarily a big name, but a big risk. So, yeah, but I mean, either way, I'd like to see him fight Manny, but I like to see him fight Manny. I like to see him fight Keith Thurman. I like to see him fight Sean Porter. Even Danny Garcia. Those would be good fights.
I can find out.
You would say it again?
I can find out. Bob will tell me. I can find out tomorrow. Some shit I'll call. But we got our first phone call. You staying on or what? You good? What's up, 202? All right, great. 202, what's up?
I told y'all. I told y'all I told y'all. Stop sleeping on my boy Keith. One time Thurman. I told y'all. We coming back. We coming for the world titles, the championships.
It might be
coming
Keith
for
Thurman.
You, bud. We coming for you. I told y'all. We want Crawford. We want that boy. Spence. We gonna take Crawford. We gonna take his belts. We gonna come for you. You can't run Spence. You can't run Spence. Earl.
It could be Ugas though. It could be Ugas.
Team Big Fish. We coming for you.
If it's
look. Once upon a time, we admitted that you called us out. You called us out and said, hey, you want that smoke, but we got it. Look, we had the Pacquiao fight. That's no fight is bigger than the Pacquiao fight. You can't say that. You can't say a man is ducking one man if he's fighting a legendary fighter. He's fighting a legendary fighter. If he's fighting Danny Garcia in his prime and Sean Porter in his prime, you can't say that. Bud don't even want to fight Porter. Bud, if y'all calling Bud a duck and he don't want to fight the best, Thurman fought the best. Come on now. And now look, we going for Crawford. Errol, we on you, man. After we knock out Crawford, y'all gonna get that man's respect. Y'all gonna all give that man's respect. Y'all gonna stop calling him sometime Thurman, all that shit. Y'all gonna be real quiet.
I've been meaning to ask you.
Quiet.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Real quiet.
I'm
telling you. Put your money on Thurman. Put your money.
Okay.
Put your money. We seen Bud get rocked.
You and I bet 25 push-ups. It's I know it's gonna either be Pacquiao or Thurman because of the layoff. Because I'm serious. It's gonna be Pacquiao or Thurman because you getting these guys off of layoffs. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't do a fight July 3rd. You know what I mean? That's a tough date. What I mean?
Hell no. I say the third, like down like in the middle of July or the middle. I say the middle of July is better. Not no early July. Hell no. I told y'all been real disrespectful to a world level championship fighter in Thurman. Yeah, he said some dumb shit about fuck the fans. I didn't forget it. I'm gonna keep it 100. He shouldn't have said that out of his mouth. He shouldn't have said fuck the fans. The fans come to see the fighters. They support the fighters. They give them money. But Thurman got his ass kicked against Pacquiao, man. You can't say nothing. That dude is tough. He got his ass kicked in a lot of those rounds. He took his hits. He didn't quit. There's a lot of fighters that quit. They quit. We've seen some fighters that quit. A lot of them. So give that man his respect. If he fights Pacquiao, man, I'm telling you, put your money on the knock. I mean, not Pacquiao. Put on Crawford. Put your money on knocking his ass out.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Crawford's biggest weakness is he wants to prove he's the bigger dog in the ring. That's why if he fights Earl Spence, you all know what's gonna happen. Earl gonna dog the shit out of him. He's gonna dog him the fuck out. Because Crawford is hard headed. He just wants to fight when he could just box. He'll run into something and get knocked the fuck out.
Well, if he announced a fight,
knock the fuck out.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm telling you, put your money.
All right, go back into your cave, man, for the next, because now you come out.
One time we in here. We back. We back, baby. We back. All right, Fred.
Peace. Hey, let me get the super chat. I appreciate you. KDDR 7989. Bud said, I've tried to fight all the champions in my division years ago. What more do you want? Talk is cheap. That's why I just show up. How many pull-ups you need? EJ never wanted the smoke. And Dana Jones. Let me get Dana Jones. Dana Jones, I'm hearing Ugas versus Spence July 3rd, Dallas, Texas. They better hurry up and announce it before Bud take all the money. You know what I mean? What's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up?
Now it's solidified who originated the ducking in the boxing world. I was ducking everything. You couldn't get them nailed down for shit. But we know how you do it. You just let it slide. Okay, you ducked it. But it's a lot of information in them FBI files. A lot of shit you didn't bring. Oh, you probably didn't read them all.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I read a lot of them.
Right. That's what I tell you. You ain't reading nothing about them hoes he was calling. But anyway, Bob was calling, that is. Wilder. He's talking about the best he could do is sue for damages. And that's going to be a hell of a lot of currency for his damages if you get played like that.
Yeah, but damages mean you just settling. That's all it means. It ain't got nothing. That's all it means. It don't mean the number can be $100 million. The number can be $300 million. But we don't know. We don't know. We gotta wait till May. They're moving and believing that the arbitrator's just gonna say carry on. Because
not mean to cut you off, but like you said before, it's in the hopes of. That's what they're hoping for right now.
Sure they are. Sure they are. And but we'll see. Jordan, you better tell Earl to lock in the date, because if he fight Keith Thurman, it's gonna be hard to get people to go back-to-back months. People in Texas gonna show up, but it's hard to get working class people to take two trips back-to-back months. So if he's fighting Keith Thurman, that's a big ticket. That's a big ticket. And people are very curious about that fight, especially if it's in Vegas. Vegas will bring grown people out, just for a weekend. And I'm just being logistic. So I think Earl, if they announce that fight, Earl better announce his fight ASAP. And that's just business. I mean, you in Dallas, so you feel the energy, but I think a 45-year-old man that has 2 kids, single, married, girlfriend, would rather go to Vegas, for a big fight than fly to Dallas for a big fight, and I'm just talking boxing fans. I'm not talking about diehard fans. So,
and you speaking the probability of Bud versus Thurman
or Pacquiao, that's the only thing I see, because I would take that chance with them with a 2-year layoff. I would take that chance, because by the time they fight, they'll be out of the ring for 2 years.
Man, the 99th percentile I'm in, I gotta get ready to get off. But next opponent is gonna be either Adrian Broner or the winner of David and Goliath Part 2. Salute everybody. Peace. Salute everybody in the chat.
Peace. Dana Jones, I'm hearing Ugas versus Spencer. I hope so.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be good. But you gotta force the fans to make a decision. You gotta force the fans. But if Earl don't have a date, people going to Vegas to see Terence Crawford, and that's the truth. Hey, what's up?
What's up, Fred? What's up, DB?
What up, my bro?
I got you next, Brandon. Hang in there, third shift. I got you.
Hey, it's a great interview, and I enjoy that COINTELPRO stuff starting off in the beginning. But with this next fight that he's talking about, to me that sounds like Pacquiao. It sounds 100% like it's Pacquiao. And even when you went to the question of asking him when the last time he talked to Pacquiao, he avoided trying to answer it the first time. You came across it again, and then his response to that was, I don't want to talk about that, trying to leave it out, not to divulge that information, that it's possibility being Pacquiao. And then even with Bud talking about, he's done with the Earl Spence thing, and for this huge announcement, this got to be to Keith Thurman ain't a huge announcement. Keith Thurman is be like saying Bud's gonna rematch Amir Khan again. It has to be this fight. I don't think it's Sean Porter. We already know that Manny Pacquiao has geared up the training camp. He's back in the gym working out. I think listening to Mikey Garcia, it seems like there's more doubt that Manny Pacquiao has not chosen him. And Mikey Garcia is way out of shape, and it's not about to happen. I think this is the big fight he's going to get. Bob Arum will probably open up the damn the banker's bag, because you got stadiums opening up. Bud going over into Texas Stadium with Manny Pacquiao is huge. They can even take it over to why even if it's a big fight and venues open it up, who the hell's gonna bring Keith Thurman out? Manny Pacquiao be that right opponent to bring out the woodwork to go fill up a 60,000 seat venue, 50,000 seat venue, and possibly a Vegas venue. So that's what I think it is. It's just his response when you ask that. But good interview right there.
Oh, appreciate you, Reg. I was laughing at you too. I was laughing at you in the chat. Yeah.
You see Bob there making you look bad too.
About what? What did he make you look bad about? What?
Oh, about the Al Heyman stuff.
About what? What did he say?
So you was looking bad. You talking about you gonna be riding the end. That put an end to it.
What's that?
I should have betted you $100 again on
about that. What? About what?
Yeah. You're right, Reg.
About what?
about the Al Heyman stuff, about him interfering in the fight. He said, no, I ain't got nothing to do with that. The same thing with the schedule. Ain't no point of
No, he did.
Schedule.
I mean,
no, he has a schedule, but he still said there's no point in having a schedule.
That's right. He said that.
He said there's no point. I got to go back and watch. I don't know if he said that. He said there's no point in having a schedule. Did he say that?
That's what he said. Those are his words.
But he has a schedule.
You look, you just want to.
No, I'm saying schedules aren't important, but he has a schedule. Got to make it make sense.
But that's not really a schedule.
It is a schedule. 3 months. Listen, April, May, June. That's 3 months. No, April, May, June. That's 3 months. He's 3 months in ahead. June 12th. That's 3 months.
A B C D
PPC got the same kind of thing. He got this, but when you talk about the bigger names,
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I can't. Go ahead. What'd you say?
A B C D E F G H I J K. Hold that L, Fred. Hold that L. Man, listen, he said it, so you gotta accept it.
No, I didn't hear it. I'm being honest. I didn't hear him say that. I didn't hear him say it. Not because
we'll go hold it again.
I'll definitely but if it doesn't matter what he said, schedules aren't. I say 3 months in advance, and guess what? He's 3 months in advance. June 12th is and June 19th is a no way. So he's 3 months ahead. That's all I'm saying. So you can call it a schedule, no schedule, whatever. He's 3 months in advance, just as I'm saying. So you can say it's not a schedule. You can call it any other word you want, a schedule. He may be thinking NBA schedule. I'm just saying, say 3 months ahead so the fans can make a decision. And guess what he's doing? He's literally 3 months ahead right now. Exactly 3 months ahead. No. Abba, talk. You always judge a man on his actions, right? His actions. No, you're not making sense.
I'm trying to, but
no, you're not trying to do nothing. He has fight dates till June 12th that I know of. That is literally 3 months from today, or 2.5 months. That's all I'm saying. They 3 months ahead. So it's nothing you can say or can't say.
But listen, Fred,
don't butt me. I'm telling you what the schedule says. I'm telling you in facts. You're talking in theory. I'm talking in facts.
I'm talking about what Bob Arum told you.
I didn't hear that. All I'm saying is what he said, but his actions show others. I missed that. I totally missed it. Or else I would have doubled back, because I wanted to ask that question. I had it in my notes too. So I would have been paying attention. I was lining up my next question when DB asked that question. So I just let it go. So I didn't really hear the full answer, but I will go back and listen to it. But it doesn't matter what he said. It's what he did. So you can say what you want to say. His actions say June 12th, Shakur Stevenson in Madison Square Garden. What is that? That is a schedule. I didn't say 6 months in advance, because you can't predict the winners. I said 3 months in advance is fair for the fans. And guess what? You know what his actions say? I'm right.
But I guarantee you go look on Fox schedule for boxing. They got some fights from PBC. You go look on Showtime.
I hope so.
They got fights.
I hope so. I want them to.
That's the schedule that you're talking about, bro. That's all I'm saying to you, Fred. Stop trying to hate on the brother, man.
I'm not hating on the brother. I'm just talking about fans. And it's great that y'all keep on believing in narratives, because guess what? You ain't going to get shit when you believe in narratives. Y'all believe in narratives. You ain't gonna get shit when you believe in narratives. You keep on, when you give a nigga a 15th chance, you've been a fool 13 times. And it's on you.
I think I'm the only nigga that's speaking these damn YouTube groups who don't buy into conspiracy. And
it's not. I'm not talking about conspiracy.
I buy into what's real.
It's
what's
simple.
Right, what's wrong.
It's simple. I'm talking about a man's actions. If I say I'm gonna be here at 9 and I show up at 9, you judge me on what I did. If I didn't show up, well, he didn't show up. He said he was gonna be here, but he didn't show up. They have a schedule that I know of to June 12th. They say they working through July. That's cool. I didn't see it yet. So man can say what he want to say. It's judge him on his actions. Isn't that what your grandma told you? Judge him on his actions. So whether he thinks it's important or not, he has fight dates till June 12th. And that's all I'm asking. Triller has fight dates till July 3rd.
So does PBC, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
show me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
We don't have to use the TV guide anymore. You can throw that TV guide magazine away. You can go right into the schedule on Fox. You can go on the schedule on Showtime, and you'll see PBC fights.
I hope so. That's all I want. That's all I want. So you're agreeing that it needs to be a schedule then, because they have a schedule in April. I haven't seen nothing in May. So if they have fights in May,
it's announced. That's all that's important. But the thing is, PBC ain't the only party in town.
I don't care about you. You're missing. I don't go to Golden Boy for fights. I don't go to Matchroom for fights. I go to PBC for fights, and my secondary plan is Top Rank. That's it. A is PBC, B is Top Rank, and everyone else falls in the gap.
Oh, so you do it that way. See, I watch whoever got a fight.
No, I'm talking about the fighters I want to see. I'm not talking about everyone's schedules every week, but I'm talking about I look forward to the fighters that I enjoy watching fight. That's it.
But see, now you got the UFC too, man.
I know. I'm watching that this Friday or whenever that date is. Friday,
yeah,
Thursday, Friday. I'm watching that for sure. I'm locked in.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get off so I can free the lineup.
Appreciate you, Reggie. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Too bad Reg don't know what the schedule is, man. What's up, B?
P, what up, Fred? What up, Fred? Can you hear me?
Hold on 1 second. No, I can't hear you. You sound distorted. Pound for pound, sports and entertainment. It's going to be in Florida. Thurman is the A side. Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah. 1 second. Jai the Real. We know it's going to be Josecito Lopez.
What up, Jose?
Hey, what's up? Go ahead, Brandon. B, it's all you. You locked in. Go ahead, B.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well. Go ahead.
Okay. What I want to say was basically I want to say about the FBI files you read first. Fred, they ran a program called COINTELPRO. So if you believe, just because we've all been through those files, you believe, I got to say this, Fred.
Brandon, I cross-reference everything. Just like I just.
Oh, okay. I just want to say,
no. Just how I just cross-referenced with Bob to see if it was true. That's all I did. I cross-referenced 3. I have 3 or 4 facts. I got so many facts. I got so many files that I'm going through. I just want you to know that I'm a historian. Okay, so now
what are you looking for? Can I ask you what you're looking for?
I'm reading. I'm searching for the truth.
Okay. I could just tell you that from my experience, because I already did this, that I didn't find any truth in the FBI files. What I found was a bunch of stuff that was redacted out. It didn't give me the names of the people who were writing the report. It didn't give me the names of the people who were sitting there.
Because you don't have the police reports. If you had the police reports, you would know the names. And if you knew,
that's not true.
Listen, I know that. Listen. I'm telling you what I have in front of me.
Okay.
I'm telling you what hard copies. Well, it's online. What I have in front of me. You can go to the FBI files. Guess what? You can go to the police files, and there's something called the internet where you can say, where was Malcolm X in 1963? Where was Elijah Muhammad? And sometimes it lines up.
Fred, can I ask you a question though?
No.
So no question. Okay, well, I skip on. I'll move past that. I'll move on. We'll move on.
You're a part of the Nation of Islam, so you're going to.
No, it has nothing to do with the nation, Fred. It doesn't.
It does.
No, I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about the government and their files. And COINTELPRO. I believe the program and the counterintelligence program that they ran. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm reading it. I can see it with my own eyes. I can tell what they're doing the same way that I see it. I'm reading.
So I'm not talking about. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm not talking about the Nation of Islam per se. I'm talking about those files and the way that they conducted themselves, and I'm talking about reading those files and what you see in them. Because can I ask? Now, most of the files that you've gotten a hold to from the Freedom of Information Act, they are redacted out. A lot of them are redacted.
A lot of it are. Not a lot of it,
and
much of it is.
So that's what I'm trying to say, Fred. That was the only point that I was trying to make.
No, you said
those files.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
No, I didn't say they wasn't true. I said you have to be careful about the truth that's in them because of who wrote them.
Oh, I know that. I'm not gonna believe
That's the point that I'm making. That was the only point that I was making. I think you were so quick to put me in a box as far as the Nation of Islam.
Because you just said that they're lying. You said that they're not truthful. That's why I cross-reference
everything. Did I lie? Are they not truthful? If they had a program to disrupt black organizations to make people better, and then they lied to get these people assassinated.
That's why you cross-reference. That's why I'm flying around the country interviewing everybody. That's why I asked Bob Arum, did you have a conversation with John Ali? Those conversations that he had was exact. You don't have those files. Those aren't FBI files, but some of them FBI files. Those are the exact conversations that he said are the exact conversation that I had with John Ali. Not exact, but the big picture. The conversation I had with John Ali about him covering the fights, and the conversation that Bob Arum just have, and the papers that I have hard copies and I have files. So that's how I cross-reference things, and that's how I know it to be true. And when I'm done with my research, I'm going to present something, and you can believe it or not believe it. And that's it. And I'm spending 12 hours a day working on this, and I am doing my best to be emotionalist about it. And I'm going to present something, and whether you like it or love it, it's based off of interviewing all these people that I've interviewed over the years. And that's it. And you can wait a minute. We know Jai. It's gonna be Josecito Lopez, Jai the Real. Oh, shit,
let's go to the Bob thing, because I just think that when it comes to the FBI files, I just think you chasing something that's already been presented.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing. that I'm not gonna allow happen. I am not gonna have my child be I'm not gonna have Lincoln and Kennedy be a 40-year-old Hawthorne, and them growing up saying on all across the internet, Malcolm X was a hypocrite. Malcolm X he was not a hypocrite.
He was a hypocrite to his teacher. He was a hypocrite. No, he was a hypocrite to his teacher. He was a hypocrite. Fred. No, according to his teacher, Fred.
Was it true or was it untrue? Was it true or was it untrue?
Was what true? Was what true?
Was what he said untrue about the women and the money? Was it true or was it
okay?
Untrue? I'm asking you.
Well, I'm finna answer, Fred. Fred, can I answer, please?
No, just say yes or no. Just say yes or no.
I gotta answer. I gotta answer the question.
Just
what he said about Elijah Muhammad sleeping with teenage secretary was a lie. That was a lie.
Was it?
That's number one. Okay, number two. No. You wanted straight answers. I just gave you a straight answer. That was a lie. Now the next question.
No.
Money. What about money?
Wait. No. Let's go back. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I know y'all want to get into boxing, but let me digress a little bit. I can prove. What's her name? Evelyn Williams. I can prove her age. I can prove her age because I've had conversations with
Fred. What? Fred, you
don't Fred me. Don't Fred me. You either come with facts,
I'm listening.
come with facts or don't.
Fred, no, you cannot prove that she was a teenager. You can't prove that.
How I can't? How I can't?
Fred, because she was not a teenager. Because she wasn't a teenager.
Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. We'll worry about
that. Next. Now you ask me about money. Now ask me about money. What did you say about money?
Okay. Man, I don't want to have this conversation because
okay, well, let's talk about boxing then. That's what I was trying to talk about, Fred.
I'm not here to disprove. No, you came in talking about this shit.
No. We talked about the files, and then I tried to move on. Let's move on.
All y'all, no, listen. You got to live in truth, and it's not theories and ideologies. Okay, because in 2020, it is proven, 100% proven that Elijah Muhammad had multiple kids outside of Clara Muhammad.
I didn't say that. That's not what we was talking about. You said she was a teenager, and that's a damn lie that Malcolm repeated. That's a lie. Malcolm lied. Malcolm was a liar.
So listen to what I'm saying. If you saying she's lying, right? And I can prove it because I have two people that was in the house. I have two people that was in the house that I can prove her age because I can pull her birth certificate
Fred, we already have a birth certificate. I know exactly how old she was.
Okay.
That's how I know you don't. That's how I know that you're not familiar. No. Do your research. Do your research.
I have it.
Now tell me about the money. No. Okay. So
money.
Let's talk about money. What money are you talking about?
It's just practical. It's just practical.
No, Fred, you said money. You said Elijah Muhammad and money. What about it?
Yes. If you're building something, I'm sorry, y'all can't see me. If I'm building something, right? If I'm building something, and I tell the people I'm building something, and I go build $1 million mansion, and I buy a private jet, am I building a hospital?
Fred, you don't know what you're talking about. See, you're just talking. First of all, let me put this in perspective for you. Now, let's talk about what Elijah Muhammad did do.
No.
You want to talk about what? Okay, yes, you are, because he built multiple $1 million mansions on the same street. You don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
See, once again, you don't know what you're talking about. He built mansions. He built mansions for everybody. Not only that, he was the first. A black man was flying that jet. He was trying to. What he was doing. So what he was doing was the same thing that everybody. Okay, what was the what do you want me to answer? And I answer straight out.
Oh, you're telling me you're just
because you act like it's something wrong with him having a damn jet. You act like it's something wrong with him building a mansion. You act like you are. You acting like something wrong with that. What's wrong with that, Fred? I don't believe nothing's wrong with that.
I don't believe it's nothing wrong.
So why come he can't? Why come he wasn't building a hospital? Matter of fact,
you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me finish?
Yes, sir.
All right. If he's building a hospital, I'm gonna have to beam you out because I'm gonna have to beam you out so I can get this point across. I'll let you talk as long as you want. But if he's building a hospital, a 300-bed hospital, according to Elijah Muhammad, a 300-bed hospital, right? And in 1973 or 72 or whatever it is, I create this plan, right? And he says, white people are the devil, right? We need to separate ourselves from them. And then he goes and builds a mansion. And in terms of business, goes and tries to attach himself to government funding to get this stuff done.
That's not true.
How is it not true?
I'll tell you. I'll explain it to you. Can I explain to you how it's not true? Now, when it comes to government funding, you talking about the Nixon.
Why won't you let me finish? Why won't you let me finish?
I did let you finish.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
My apologies.
No, you didn't.
Go ahead, Fred.
No, you didn't. If he says I'm going to build, fuck, I'm just gonna simplify this shit. Fuck all the bullshit. If the nigga say he gonna build this, Umar Johnson say he gonna build a school, right? He gonna build a school. Umar Johnson say he gonna build a school, right? And he goes off and buys a Bugatti. If he goes off and buys a big mansion, if he goes on a worldwide vacation, what you gonna say about the school?
I'll answer the question. Now let me answer the question. Okay, now the Elijah Muhammad had. Now you trying to act as though he took the people money and misappropriated and bought a jet and built mansions. Now let's talk about what he did. Right next to the mosque in Chicago, right now is a school called the University of Islam. It was University of Islam throughout the country. Throughout the country, he started schools throughout the country. Over 50 to 60 schools throughout the country. Now in New York, they had fish markets, they had grocery stores, they had all of this. And they had farmland in Florida, they had farmland in Alabama. They had fish programs out on the West Coast, fish coming from Peru where they were feeding themselves. So, Fred, if you have a problem with Elijah Muhammad, then let that be that. But to sit and act as though he didn't try to clean up, they cleaned up black people. If you read Malcolm's book, he tell you that. He talks about how they sat there with the heroin addict, how they cleaned him up. They talk about how they took drunkards and whores and cleaned them up through the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. So whether you think that does something for people or not, that's on you. But to sit and try to act as though he misappropriated funds when he had schools across the country. When you talk to Dr. Wesley, ask him that. When you talk to Johnny, ask him about the Muhammad University. Ask him about the Muhammad Speaks newspaper building factory that they had. Asked him about the canning factory that they had. Fred, you don't know what you're talking about. What you're trying to do is make Elijah Muhammad and frame him the way you want him to be, but that's not who he is to everybody else. Now, when it comes to Malcolm X, he was a hypocrite to his teacher. His teacher took him from prison when he wasn't shit and cleaned him up in front of the whole world, fixed his mouth, fixed everything about him, fixed the way he thought. You don't know nothing about Malcolm X. When I show these letters about who he is, then you're going to be surprised. I don't like trashing Malcolm because, once again, Malcolm brought me to the Nation of Islam when I was a little boy. But to sit and you to act like Malcolm wasn't made by a nation and taught by a man who gave him the confidence to be what he was, that's disingenuous. Now, if you think you finna ride around and have interviews with 94-year-old John Ali and all of these people and get a truth, you're not finna get that. What you're gonna get is the Nation of Islam and the truth from the way they saw it. Now, when it comes to Evelyn, once again, you don't know what you're talking about. Malcolm had a crush on Evelyn, and that's why he was so upset behind that. That's what it was. And that came out too. And Malcolm talks about fornicating and the way he was chasing Evelyn. So once again, Fred, you have a view that I think is skewed, but go for it. Knock yourself out. And he was a hypocrite to his teacher. Do I think he was a hypocrite personally? Nah. But do I believe he was a hypocrite to his teacher the way they see hypocrite? That's on them. That's on them. I believe Malcolm X was a great man, but I also believe Elijah Muhammad was great as well. I believe that Malcolm X had dirt and he was a man with fault, and Elijah was the same. And I don't think it's fair for you to sit and try to compare and contrast the other and act as though Malcolm X had no dirt. That was a man. And when you hear his dirt, you're going to be surprised at his dirt. But you shouldn't act as though Elijah Muhammad, oh, he bought a jet, so can he build a hospital? Yeah, fuck yeah, you can build a hospital while owning a jet. Of course you can. Now, let's get off of that and get the box. Now, when we talked about Bob Arum just said, which Reggie was trying to tell you, Reggie was like, you let him slide that Al Hammond, it's not Al Hammond's fault. This is the same man that got in the ring at the end of Terence Crawford fight and said it was not Al Hammond and that Al Hammond was a hindrance to the fight. That's what Reggie was trying to explain to you. And also Reggie was trying to explain to you about the schedule. Bob did say that about the schedule. He did say that. But outside of that, Fred, I don't know what it is that you're looking for, but you can try to act like you're going to stop Malcolm from being called a hypocrite. You can't stop that, and there's no narrative that you can write. You can put out all the history you want. People in certain circles is going to call him a hypocrite, and he died a goddamn hypocrite, and that's what it is. So I don't know what you're looking for, but Fred, I really do hope it give you peace, and I hope you find it. But outside of that, we just don't agree to disagree on that. And I would appreciate it if you didn't just put me in the Nation of Islam box and you put me in a box of broader perspective. Because for you to just label, oh, you just that means you pigeonholing me, and that means that you act as though I can't think outside of that, and that's not fair either. But once again, Fred, knock yourself out. Great show. I know we don't agree, but thanks for having me on, and we'll do this shit again tomorrow. Peace and shout out to the third.
Now, did y'all notice how I let him just talk? You notice how I didn't say anything while he talked for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, however long he wanted to talk. I let him talk. Let me get to a super chat and I'm going to respond to him. Bob said it was pointless to announce early because of the pandemic. Now, since it's opening up, it's good to promote because earlier for the live gate. I just remember when he said, you got it in response to the live gate, but I gotta go back and watch that. I gotta go back and no, I was cutting him off because he didn't let me respond. I want to respond in a full thought, not in a complete sentence. I don't just think in one sentence or 2 sentences or 3 sentences. Let me respond in a complete thought. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I believe in the truth. Okay? whether I am right or whether I am wrong. Am I human? Do I get emotional? Yes. Do I get frustrated? Yes. Do I have pride? Yes. I'm just going to say this. I've been working on this for 20 years. This ain't no, y'all just seeing it now. I didn't talk to, I went to New York every summer. I've had so many conversations. I done been to the Shabazz barbershop? I done been there. I done walked the streets of Harlem. Y'all just getting the finality of it. I'm not done talking. Y'all just getting the finality of it. Okay. Now, because y'all see the aggression now, y'all think I just spoke to Khalila Muhammad and John Ali. No, there's 40, 50 conversations I done had. They just haven't been recorded. And so I genuinely, and when things cross-reference like this, I was asking Bob so we can hear it too, but I was also cross-referencing my facts. I have those conversations, whether it's through the NYPD, whether it's through the FBI file. He said FBI files is wrong, but the FBI files just proved I was right because he said he had those conversations. And I can show him where they had on the days that they had these conversations. The same way I asked, I'll give you guys one example. The same way I asked John Ali, right? Because I was cross-referencing, right? And I said, John Ali, he was telling me a story about him flying Elijah Muhammad back from the Bahamas. I said, when was that? He said, in January. And I said, was it January 1971? He says, yeah. And I says, oh, that's interesting. You understand? Because I cross-referenced with the man that actually got the private jet. Now, whether you're for or against Malcolm, for or against Elijah Muhammad, for or against the Nation of Islam, it's great when we go against Jesus Christ, right? It's great when we go against Catholicism and all those men that be touching those little boys, right? And all those pastors that be robbing money, that be robbing and stealing from the people. It's terrible when Creflo Dollar buys a jet and everybody talking about it. It's terrible when Fred Price gets a big church and everyone is critical of it, right? It's terrible. But when you find the truth about somebody that that you may be enamored with, like Brandon, and I know DB's Nation of Islam, I understand that. I do my best to take my emotions out of things. Do I respond emotionally sometimes? Sure I do. But I know because I've cross-referenced so many times. Brandon is a part of it, right? And I respect it. He says he did this, but I'm going to tell you this. Malcolm X's father was a Garveyite. So to say that Elijah Muhammad is 100% responsible for the evolution of Malcolm X, who went to jail in his 20s, is wrong. It's flat out wrong. Was Elijah Muhammad, I believe, an asset to him? Very much so. Do I believe his teachings are an asset? Yes. Conservative lifestyle as it pertains to food, the discipline, eating one meal a day, and there's so many things that I can go on. Yes, you're 100% right. I agree. But to say one man changed one human, I believe Elijah Muhammad to be a human. I don't believe him to be the messenger of God. I don't believe there's such a thing. I don't believe the 12 disciples are messengers of God. I think they had great moments. I don't believe in the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. Do I say it to carry on the conversation? Yeah, because I don't feel like debating with a Christian about was Peter a disciple. I don't feel like having those fucking conversations. Okay. So the point I'm making is this. We have to know the truth. And when you cross-reference and cross-reference and cross-reference and cross-reference, then you know the truth. I done had conversations with Tamara Payne. The list goes, I can go on and on. I done had conversations with Ilyasha Shabazz. I done had conversations with 40 Nation of Islam members, young, old, indifferent, whatever the case may be. The truth is the truth. And when I'm done with this, it's going to be the truth. You can hate me. You can love me. You can want to kill me. You can want to fight me. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But I am on this journey, which I believe is an honorable. I believe it's honorable. I genuinely believe it's. I have no malice. Elijah Muhammad is behind me in this picture because he was an asset to Malcolm X. Okay, I'm not going in this like, oh, I got to kill Elijah Muhammad. Oh, I got to murder Elijah. No, the truth is the truth. The same thing. If you knew everything about your father, you would be disappointed. If you knew everything about your mother, you would be disappointed. So everyone is saying that, oh, Elijah Muhammad this, Elijah Muhammad. Accept the truth about Elijah Muhammad and live your life. Okay? Accept the truth about Malcolm X and live your life. I am no man on earth is a god. No man on earth is a god. Everyone's walking like, oh, he's a god. No man on earth is a god. Jesus wasn't real, y'all. Jesus was a man, was simply a man. Did he have great moments? Yes. But man, stop thinking that he was perfect. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all Christians believe that Jesus was perfect. You're silly. Okay, then how can you be perfect? Come on, for real. How can you be perfect? And when I listen to Nation of Islam members and they say that Elijah Muhammad can do it, but I can't, that's different to me. That don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me when a Nation of Islam member can say, I can make the. I asked a Nation of Islam member, about 10 of them. I said, how much money do you make a day? Oh, they say sometimes I make 30, sometimes I make 100. You know, it just depends. And then I say, and then I ask them, when you compare that to Elijah Muhammad's life, is that fair? Is that fair? I thought you lead by example. That's just what I believe. If I walk into a liquor store and I have $2 and I have a friend with me, we both have $2. That's just what I believe in. And I'm you can have as much long as you want to respond to this, DB, as long as you want, no problem. But I'm just saying the truth is the truth. And I think people are so hung up with theories and theorems and ideals and ideologies. And they carry it from generation to generation to generation. Just like this is the first generation where black people believe Jesus is black on a macro level. I went to church and Jesus was white when I was a kid. And I had a black pastor, had a black assistant pastor, had a black first lady, had a Jesus. They said Jesus was white. But if you know the arc of evolution, you know white people and Mexican people and Asian people and everyone else have to descend from black. It can't go up. Everything comes down. Like it don't go that way. So I think we're setting ourselves up. We are setting ourselves up for disappointment when you say Elijah Muhammad is God. Malcolm X is God. You're setting yourself up for failure. It's like when you get 14 and you realize your dad ain't Superman. You realize your dad can't beat up everybody. You realize that your dad might have did something wrong. He might have did some drugs. He might have did that. And I say for you, search for the truth. It's that important to search for the truth. That's all. Go ahead, DB.
Whew. All right. Yeah, that was quite a piece. I think this should have been a completely separate show, just with some notes taken and being able to hear them out. One thing I can say is if we preach no censorship and Charleston White can come on and say his piece and Jason Whitlock can come on and say his piece. I believe that Brandon Washington, our good brother, has earned the right and the privilege to express his thoughts and to deliver his piece. And I don't think he had a fair shot in the beginning. But yeah, you did give him a chance to do it at the end. But in the beginning, there was a lot of stopping him and talking over each other. But at the end, he did get a chance to express some of his thoughts. As a former educator, I mean, you yourself knows that you were a teacher, right? Did your students get a salary?
No, my students didn't get a salary.
Right. You had a salary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you get a salary and the students didn't get a salary?
Because I was the teacher.
Right.
I can't.
So if the Honorable Elijah Muhammad or the Minister Louis Farrakhan or Brother Malcolm, whoever is the teacher, they have a salary, and of course it's not fair. The students didn't have a salary, so you didn't say it was fair. It wasn't fair then, but you were getting a salary and the students weren't. So the world just doesn't work like that. So sometimes, when you're digging for stuff, it's just got to be the right thing. What's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. My last piece is that my dad is Superman. But back to boxing.
No, I want to respond. I don't fuck boxing. I don't want to talk about boxing no more. If y'all want to add into it, y'all add into it. I'll say this. Yeah, of course your dad is Superman. I'm gonna work backwards. Yeah, your dad will forever be Superman, and that's honorable that your dad is that in your life, and he continues to be that in your life. Now, when you're as you say, student teacher. No, first I want to go back to Brandon. Brandon asked me a question, and he would not let me respond. He asked me a question, and he would not let me respond to the question. He thinks because I say a sentence, I am done. I am not done. Just because I speak in complete thoughts. I don't speak in complete sentences. So I think he should have, when he asked me the question, he should have let me answer the question. And two, because there was some dissension, I shut up. He didn't shut up. He cut me off. And I let the nigga talk for 10 minutes. However long he want to talk. I let him talk for 10 minutes. I didn't say a word. Do I believe him? No. Did I let him talk as long as he want to? Yes. And two, when you're talking about teacher a student that is 5 through 17 versus an adult who's not getting paid and has a family to take care of, I think those are completely different ends of the spectrum. I think when a grown man making $30 a day to $100 a day, maybe $200. I don't know how much money he's making. I'm just saying this. You have to earn a living in a capitalist society. You have to earn a living in a capitalist society. Now, if the teacher says, I am the messenger of God. Now you're talking secular teaching versus religious teachings. Now, when secular teaching meaning education, right? Now when you're talking religious teachings, you have to be the example of your teachings. So you can't compare secular teachings from religious teachings. So if I am the religious teacher, and everyone in this circle, not everyone, but many people in this circle of influence doesn't have the same quality of life that I have, or I do not go without so they can have, how strong am I? Because at the end of the day, his teachers died broke. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. 90%, I would say 90% of them died broke. And when a man is worth, I don't know, 40, 20 to 60, 20 to 80, somewhere in there, millions of dollars, and you're saying, I'm going to be rich. and we're talking from a religious perspective, and you're still going to be poor, even though I'm going to be rich. From a religious perspective, you're supposed to be the servant. From a biblical perspective, you're supposed to wash people's feet. I don't see washing people's feet when you have a brand new Cadillac, when I can check the deeds. I have the deeds in my living room. I have replica of the deeds. I have all his cars. I have all of this stuff in my living room. Every 12 months, the man has a brand new Cadillac, and no one's allowed to drive it. But we can, in 2020, say Crefio Dollar and that guy in Texas. What's the guy's name? Oh my gosh. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Burley brother. Y'all can
TD Jakes.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all can say TD Jakes has all this money and everyone else in the church is poor. I don't know, whatever pastor you want to pick. I think pastors should wash feet. I genuinely believe that. I think there's a difference between a religious teacher and a secular teacher. Or Joel Osteen, yeah, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm not playing God. I'm seeking the truth. And whoever's on the wrong side of the truth, whoever's on the right side of the truth, that's what it's going to be. But everywhere I go, listen, if someone called you wrong for 20 years and then history proves that you were right in your assertion, then everything should be omitted. Louis Farrakhan said those were his wives. They don't have marriage certificates, but Clara Muhammad has a marriage license. Make it make sense. If the FBI are following you every day, he would have been arrested for bigamy. So we got to make it make sense. We got to speak in real time, having real conversations. Everyone wants to deal with narratives and ideologies, and no, deal with the truth. The same way times ain't different. No, times are the same. Marriages are still marriages. The same thing. I sit down with Dre and how our relationship has evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved. Those are real-time conversations. Do they hurt? Yes. But that's the truth. And I think that if we're holding on to these old ideas, we holding on to a 1963 ideology as it pertains to the Nation of Islam versus Malcolm X. That's a 1963 ideology. We don't want to know what happened after 1963. The Nation of Islam lie and say the members were not a part of the Nation of Islam, but after they buried Malcolm X, they were a part of the Nation of Islam. The people that actually had the guns, the people that was actually there, they actually went back to the Nation of Islam and served under Elijah Muhammad's teachings. But we don't want to have those conversations because we want to stay on February 21st, 1965. We want to stay there. We want to stay there and have that conversation. That's not right. That's not fair. Speak in truth. Now, we can go off and say Malcolm X. I'm not saying Malcolm X was perfect. But every time a Nation of Islam get on, they say Elijah Muhammad was perfect. We can't speak on that. Why? He's a man. Was I perfect as a teacher? No. So, but go ahead, DB. And Brandon is back again, but go ahead.
No, good. I was just gonna say, let's have some of the brothers call in. So if Brandon's back, I'm ready to hear him.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Thank you for having me back. Fred, a lot of points you making straw man arguments. You putting up arguments and arguing against them. Like you talking about nobody said Elijah Muhammad was perfect. No man is perfect. In a nation we're taught to worship. See, and then you see a lot of things you just don't have enough knowledge on. You talk about wives. You wouldn't tell an imam in Islam that he can't have wives, and you can't talk about how he should govern his wives, because in Islam they're allowed to have wives. Now, when it comes to what Minister Farrakhan, he did call them his wives. And if you've seen his 1994 Savior's Day, he brought them all out as his wives. Not only that, see, you don't know this, but Evelyn's daughter is married to Minister Farrakhan's son, Joshua. See, a lot of this stuff,
Don't
when
assume,
it comes to
don't assume. Just speak your point.
okay, well, you're right, Fred. I'm assuming. And the reason I assume you don't know a lot of things is because of the way you speak about the Nation of Islam. That's why I assume you didn't know, but you're right, I am assuming. Now, when it comes to, you said you talked to some brothers that was on the corner. Now, I'm finna tell you what you talked to them about. They were selling the Final Call newspaper. They were, right? They were selling the Final Call newspaper. We call that, in the Nation of Islam, we call that our charity. That's how we go out to our people. The Final Call newspaper, according to the Nation of Islam, is a tool to get into your people's face, to talk to them, to try to give them the teachings of it. Whether you agree, just like you just said, trash Christianity, I don't think that was fair. I think that whatever helps people to get up and be better people every day, then you let them have that. Now, if they come to you and try to impress their beliefs on you, then you can talk about that. But just to trash Christianity and a trash religion and basically call people stupid and act as though, and then you talking about the truth is the truth. These people are following these religions or are on these paths looking for the truth, Fred. You think that we all just want to go believe dumb shit, or we want to just believe the shit? No, we're trying to be better human beings and better people. That's what the teachers of the Muslim Elijah Muhammad did. You have never been inside the Nation of Islam, so you ain't seen ex-drug dealers, ex-people. Matter of fact, Big U was a part of the Nation of Islam. All of these people who you see making a difference, and then you don't want to give credit to Elijah Muhammad for what he did. He did. Malcolm gave him his credit in his book, so you can't take it away from him. He says that Elijah Muhammad made him. He said that Elijah Muhammad made him the man that he was, and that he would never be nothing without him. So I didn't say that. He said that in his book, Fred. So when you try to tear down Elijah Muhammad and say that you giving credit to one man, Earl Little was dead, man. Didn't Earl die when he was 6? Come on, Fred. I'm not saying that the influence of who he was as a conscious man didn't influence Malcolm, but the man who made Malcolm, who reached in that penitentiary and got him and told him who he was and said, "You a black guy. You're not a criminal. You're not Detroit Red. You're not any of that. Your name is Malcolm X. Not only that, you are a great man. Not only are you great, I'm gonna stand you up in front of the world and show them how great you are. A man that came out of prison." That's the teachings of the Most High Elijah Muhammad. Now, if you want to run this sinister program and run this, the thing about it is another thing that you're not taking into account. The Nation of Islam had agents. They had agents in COINTELPRO, which means they had things the United States government working against them. Your job is, you want to go after the nation, go after the government. They the people who orchestrated it all. You reading their papers, you chasing down these ghosts. Chase the government. Go find the FBI agents who set this in motion. Go find the New York, and then you go to them. But it's easy. Once again, it's easy for a slave to knock the shit out of other slave. It's easy to tear down. You didn't call John is Kennedy a bigamist when he was sleeping with Marilyn Monroe, and they had all these mysteries. You don't tear them down, but you would tear somebody who came.
Are you making
black people?
Wait, time out. You're making too many assumptions on me, because there were 3 or 4 videos. No. You got to stop making assumptions.
I'm sorry.
And tell you.
I was making assumptions based on. I'm making assumptions and telling my truth based on listening to you speak, Fred.
I allowed you to speak, but now you're basically throwing me under the bus. The question was, when we came, you see how people go somewhere else. And and I've done videos on JFK. They're on my channel. Feel free to go. But you see how people don't stay on point. They talk in broader brushes. When you came in, the question was, were they his wives? I'm not talking about how many people he saved. The question
according to him, according to them, they were his wives. They said they were his wives.
According to
I can't say
according to
the women themselves, the women, Tynetta, Evelyn, they said they were his wives. I didn't say that. Now, if you're talking about legally, like you can in the country of America, you can only want in North America, United States, you can only marry paperwork legally one person at a time, legally. But if you're talking about entering into, they have you see sister wives and that all the time. The show in Utah. So depending on if you saying man's law, by man's law, you can only have one. But by their law, and we see that every day. We see men with girlfriends and mistresses and that kind of thing. So whatever they say they were to him, that's what they were. But if you want to say by law, no, by law, they cannot be his wives in the United States of America because you can only have one. Did that answer your question? I hope I answered your question.
You're basically justifying it.
I didn't justify,
as you said, he can have it under God's law. He can have it.
You can have whatever you want. You can have. Fred, can't you have more? You can have as many women as you can have if they will let.
It's not about me. It's about the law in 1960, 61, 62, 63, 64.
The law haven't changed, Fred. It's still the same law. You can only have one wife at a time. But what I'm saying, according to Islamic law, that's how they in Islam, you don't even have a marriage certificate. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You got to understand Islam, and you have to understand the law and the rules of Islam. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not you trying to make it whether it's right or wrong or whether it should be fit. No, I'm just telling you what the laws of Islam are versus the laws of man. That's it. Now you put it where you want to put it, and you make it be moral or immoral. That's up to you. I'm just telling you the facts. They call themselves his wives. They call themselves that. Who am I to say you're not his wife? If you saying you his wife and y'all live in a certain lifestyle, who am I? You wouldn't go to Utah and tell all of them that they live in a foul lifestyle. You wouldn't do that. But hey, low hanging fruit. So what I would say is, by law, no. You can only have one wife in the United States of America, legally on paper. But you can enter into relationships with whoever you want to. And you can enter in free relationships whoever you want to. So I hope I answered your question. And that's the end to that. So did I answer your question about the wives?
No, you came in wanting to respond to it.
I did respond. Did I respond? I think I responded to everything you said. You talked about the brothers on the block selling papers and they only make $30 compared to the lifestyle of the man. Fred, that's another disingenuous argument. You're a landlord and your tenants don't live the lifestyle that you live.
You're not making sense.
No, I'm saying, how so?
You're not making
how
sense.
So?
You're talking.
Fred, everybody, here's the thing. When you in the so you saying in the organization that you saying that the senators in the United States lifestyle are comparable to the president. So you saying everything is levels.
Go ahead. Talk as long as you want. Go ahead. You talk. Go ahead.
I'm saying what I'm saying is levels. So you expect, and then you start talking about Cadillacs and mansions. Who buys a Cadillac every year and can't nobody drive it? When you throw out statements, who are you talking about? Who deeds do you have in your living room? What paperwork do you have? You made an accusation and said that you have Evelyn's birth certificate and that you can prove that she's a teenager, and you have yet to do it. You have yet to do it, but you made an accusation. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna speak about facts, speak about facts.
You can see, I hate how you just call me lying. You can't call a man a liar.
I said you have yet to show the birth certificate, which makes you a liar. You said you have until you show it and prove you lying.
Oh, really? Is that the case? Is that the case?
Fred, I don't want to do this go back and forth with you, man.
Because you know where I was about to go with it.
If you have it, show it. I'm telling you that that's not true. If you can prove it to be true, then we'll come around and say that it's true. And that's another thing about the Nation of Islam. We respect all truth. So if you come and show me that, and that's a truth, which you can't. But if you do, I'm going to come back and say, Fred, you were correct and I was wrong. That's how that works. I will come back. I'll be mad enough, but I know that that's not true. And anyway. What I want to say, Fred, is the position that you take in an antagonistic, if you looking for whatever your truth is, go find it. God speak to it. But to say that your truth is the truth, you like the truth is the truth. No, the truth can have a slant on it, depends on who's telling it. So that's my view. Thank you for letting me come back in and get that off. And I'm gonna go back in the chat. But I want to say that we don't have no difference, Fred. I just think that you don't have enough knowledge about what you're talking about, and you think you have an understanding of something that you barely scratched the surface for. And that's what I noticed by looking and listening to you talk and watching you and watching how you deal with the Nation of Islam. You don't have enough knowledge about what you speak. So that's why I come back in, I rebuttal and I say certain things. But we don't have any differences. Both of us ultimately want the same thing, which is want to see people that look like us free. So I believe that. But outside of that, I hate that the show went this way. I wish we would have kept it on boxing, but it probably needed to be done. It needs to be done. So peace and blessings. Thanks, DB. Thanks, Fred, once again, and I'm gonna go back to work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It is the most just and genuine comment to say you didn't speak about John F. Kennedy. 5 men walked into the Autobahn ballroom and killed Malcolm X. What are you talking about? And then they tried to kill Khalid Muhammad at UCR. What are you talking about? So stop this argument. Live in truth. And let me get. Oh, I already said that about the super chat. Now let's go backwards. Because he said that they were his wives. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't want to go in. Oh man, I don't have them uploaded to my computer, or else I would have pulled it up. Right? They're actually hard copies, but I will pull them up. I will take a picture and send them to my email, and then you guys will see it. Okay. I'm only going to speak in facts. Now, listen, if those were all his wives, as he said, those were his wives, would you suspend your wife from your religious organization? Would you tell your wives that you are no longer financially supporting them? If your wife called you and said she needed rent, I'm asking a question. Or if your number one wife told you that, I'm just going to paraphrase it. Why are you not home? Why are you spending too much time in Phoenix, Arizona? Why do you have a hideaway apartment in the city in which we live in? Why are you living in an apartment and we have a 19-room house, 47, 46, whatever address that is, 48, 49 is some address like that. Why are you staying in an apartment? I just say live in truth. You can go any way you want to go with it. I don't care, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. If Malcolm X was a hypocrite, I'd rather be the hypocrite. If someone tells you the truth out of spite or out of love, out of envy or out of love, does that change the truth? Malcolm X died broke. James Shabazz died broke. I mean, we just go on and on and on. They all died broke. Elijah Muhammad's fortune was tied up in courts for years. If those were his wives, Why are you going to court to get your money? Because legally those wasn't your wives. You didn't have a living trust. Died with no will. Akbar and Wallace Muhammad left him because they saw Wallace Muhammad saw the pain. Wallace Muhammad tried to convince his mom to leave. I repeat, Wallace Muhammad tried to convince his mom to leave his own father. So was Malcolm X lying? I appreciate the inspiration, because guess what I'm going to do all night? Guess what Fred ain't doing? He ain't fucking sleeping tonight. He ain't fucking sleeping tonight. I don't care about sleep. Don't care. Y'all just inspired me to get done with this shit by June now. I was thinking summertime. June it is. Y'all inspired me. I'm just saying. Dre had my kids. You know what Dre is driving? $100,000 car. Dre got a Tesla. Elijah Muhammad called the police on his wives because they tried to drop off the babies. And I cross-referenced it. I have the paperwork. I have the statements. If your wives are dropping off your children, why are you calling the police and telling them to get off of your property? That's why we got to stop putting men in all these pedestals. I don't believe, I never once said Malcolm was perfect. Martin Luther King was perfect. But the moment you say Elijah, oh man, niggas want to fight. Niggas get mad. You're lying. No, live in truth. Y'all so afraid to live in truth. Y'all afraid. Y'all so afraid. Man, I'll be damned if I had a child. I mean, I don't know it. I can't even imagine that. Like, I don't even know no other way. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, they calling you starving for money. They calling you starving for money. And you say, I gave you money 3 months ago. Just making this. So if they were his wives, why wasn't they in the will? If they were his wives, why were they kicked out of the Nation of Islam? If they were his wives, why did he tell Louis Farrakhan not to associate with them? If they were his wives, why did he ask John Ali to shut them up? If they were his wives, why is John Ali delivering money to them? Why is John Ali delivering shut up money? I have all this information. So we can go on and go back and forth and say he betrayed his teacher. Yeah, is that worthy of death? A student betrays. That's not. You can't even compare. In the religious sector, in America, you betray your teacher. That's worthy of death. Where they do that at in America? Go ahead, DB. You still there?
I'm just listening. You cooking? Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying I really don't have malice in my heart, but I'm omit. But it just bothers me every turn I go to, every Nation of Islam member I go to. Malcolm X was a hypocrite. How is he a hypocrite when history proves that he was correct?
Did I tell you Malcolm X was a hypocrite?
No, I'm saying every. Excuse me, I didn't say every. I didn't say every. But that's tit for tat. Many of the Nation of Islam members I go to say Malcolm is a hypocrite. I argued with John Ali about that, and at the end of the night, he agreed with me. Like I said, I wish I had a camera guy with me all day. I will not lie on John Ali. That's why I want this out before he dies. I want this documentary out before he dies. He called me last week and thanked me. That shit has been on his chest for so fucking long. He probably couldn't wait to get it off his chest. I want to get this out before he dies. It is so important for me to get this out before he dies, because he told me some things that was not on camera. And I wish I had a cameraman and a producer. The next time I go, I'm going to do my best to get a producer to record everything. But the same way Bob said he delivered the money is the same way John Ali said I handled the money. So if John Ali is handling the money in the fight, one would speculate that he's handling the money from the temples. It's just an assumption, because everybody has roles. Everyone has roles. The minister can't count all the money. I'll give you the link. The minister can't count all the money. He's traveling. Did I say traveling? Traveling. He's traveling from city to city, from city to city, city to city, city to city. So, I mean, I think when 90% of the parties are deceased, 85, I don't know. It's just I mean, you're not going to get I'm sorry. You're not going to get the whole truth. When someone makes a claim to have evidence, until evidence is shown, the person is not a liar must be proven. Come on. I mean, I have this stuff, man. I've been researching this shit man. I have it. If I have it. Okay. I have it, man. All right. I don't want to get up from it's no point, but I'm gonna do a screen share to make it easier on everybody. Okay. I understand. It's like when my sophomore year in college, I found out Martin Luther King was out here in these streets doing what he do. I said, Martin Luther King? No fucking way. I didn't believe the shit when my professor told me. I didn't believe it. I said, no way. No way. And it was a white man too, so I really didn't believe. Professor Dick Archer was the man that told me. I said, no way. Nah, impossible. It's true. That don't make it. In my eyes, he still was fighting for us. So Anyways, we got Kyle coming in. I got you next, Asian. Damn. What?
What's going on, Big Fred?
Hey, what you got?
Oh man, listen, I'm in the car on my way to the airport to pick my wife up, so that's
Okay.
why I ain't got the screen on. Yeah, man. We you know, I had to check. You know, I had to check in with you, man, at all times. You know, you see, like the Devin Haney shut on. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. You know.
Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Yeah, Devin Haney got a big fight in May coming up. Yeah, we got to support him. Go ahead.
Man, dude, I had two good interviews today, man.
I saw him. Me and DB was in the first one.
Yeah, man. The second one, man, I wish you could have been in that one because he was a top ranked fighter. But man, yeah, man, she was good, man. I ain't gonna, man. She was good, man. And another great interview, man, Fred. I think Bob full of shit though. Again, it's like, bro, come on, man. You know that Joshua fight ain't gonna happen. You know, cut the shit, man. And then, you know, it's like the Terence Crawford thing again. Oh, that's not a fair deal. What do you say, 40-40? Come on, man, 40-40? You could at least say, you know, was it 45 to Earl or something like that? You gonna say 40-40? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. I ain't got to watch that interview that you were just talking about, Fred. I gotta go back and really watch it. But you single-handedly have found out more information than anybody has ever found out about this whole Malcolm X situation, bro. I mean, the way this shit unfolded, man, it's amazing. Hats off to you, man, for all the journalistic endeavors that you have embarked upon. You feel what I'm saying? It's exciting, man. Every time there's something new, we find out something new with Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad situation. So I'm waiting on that interview you got coming up soon with the brother. I forgot his name, but he been on Black TV and stuff like that, kind of popular. I think he out of Indiana.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
You got him coming on your show, Fred.
Okay.
I can't think of the man's name though.
DB, who we got coming on us out of Indiana?
Reggie Miller.
He from Riverside, man.
No, I know. I don't even know.
Man, you giving up that LA cred, man?
Man, no. You're brewing too, man.
Yeah.
No, it's a Muslim cat though. I can't think of his name though.
Oh,
you just posted him up.
No, Nuri's not coming on. Nuri Muhammad. Yeah. Wesley Muhammad is coming on Wednesday, and it's gonna be a whole nother conversation. God damn. Oh my gosh. All right. I got to say something. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put my facts right here. So when he comes in, I'm just gonna have them right here so we can. Anyways, Wednesday. Go ahead.
And shout out to DB, man. On that Coach Dewey interview, man.
Yeah, thank you, DB. That was great. Hey, you should put that on your channel too, DB. Pull it
on there.
Yeah, pull it and put it on your channel. Fuck yeah.
You know DB ain't about to do that shit. You know he finna.
He should. Shit.
You know how he get in, man. He ain't fucking around. Hey, but last night, Fred, boy, we had a hell of a show last night, brother. I know you don't fuck with the MMA like that, but that was a hell of a show, bro. I mean, man.
Did DB come on? I didn't get the message till like 2 a.m. Did he come on?
Oh no, he was already. He was on, man. Dude, shit, man. Listen, MMA for Dummies is some of the best content that I got, man. I'm be honest with you, man. I mean, between DB and DJ, man, going back and forth with their knowledge of MMA, dude, I've learned, bro. Listen, I feel like I'm an MMA professional now, bro. I feel like I'm no longer a casual fan now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, Fred. last night, the way they was breaking down shit, man, in the different leagues. See, look at your face, man. That's the same face I had last night. I mean, they was breaking down these different leagues and the different fighters in these leagues, and talking about how the UFC don't have they have some of the best fighters, but these other leagues have some of the best fighters as well. I mean, looking for Bellator, dude. I never even sat down and watched Bellator a day in my life, but I'm ready to see this tournament. I'm ready to see how this shit about to play out. I'm excited, man. These niggas got me excited. I promised myself that I wasn't gonna do no MMA talk, but I lied. So every Thursday, MMA for dummies, and I'm a dummy. So MMA for dummies, man. DB, man, shout out to you, man. God damn it, you do a hell of a job helping out both platforms. And Fred, let me give you a flower before I go. How you have the things that you have done as far as building a community. I know you got the LDBC, but the barbershop is just as strong. The way that you have put this community together, man, it's great, man. It's a great thing to be a part of, man. Me, H Money, Reggie Owens, DB, DJ. I mean, shit. The list goes on, man. You've done some shit. You put people in position to be great, and I'm not gonna let you down, man. So I'm busting my ass. I'm staying up all night. God damn it, doing these shows, going live. I'm going live on my off days and everything, man. I'm just being real. We was talking about Gervonta Davis and how Coach Calvin Ford has done so much for him, and I was saying, like, if one of my coaches or somebody has done a lot for me, I feel like I don't want to fail them. So I'm gonna try to do everything I can in my power to do the right thing. So that's what I'm saying. All that to say that I'm trying to, stay on my grind and keep this shit going. Fred, man, you're doing a hell of a job, man. Between me, H-Me, DB, Reggie Owens. I mean, the shit. Reggie Owens had a hell of a live stream earlier today. In a classic live stream, man. If y'all didn't see it, go check him out. And of course, man, Big Tank. You know what I'm saying? Big Tank, his show too. So, listen, you've done some shit, man. You damn near Elijah Muhammad. You know what I mean? You know.
Don't set DB off. I'm definitely not that. Man, come on.
You know I gotta tell it. You know I gotta tell a joke every now and again, Fred. You know I can't keep it serious all day. Oh man, but hey, Fred, I appreciate what you're doing, man. Keep your foot on these niggas' necks at all times. And after Fred, I'm gonna be in the car. We're doing MMA for dummies too, though, because we gotta finish out the weekend strong, man. Because we got a new champion of African descent, or shit, nigga African. But so man, yeah, it's exciting. So D, man, the show is yours. I'm gonna just be driving, and I'm gonna have my icon up, man. You and D just have at it tonight, and I'll tag in every now and again, but I'm gonna be on the road. Gonna get the wife, so. But yeah, I'm gonna be listening back in the chat, Fred. I'm in. So I'm gonna get with you soon, big dog.
Appreciate you. I got you up, Asian. What's up, Asian?
What's up, Fred? He said, "No, I ain't answering your call, dude. Let me finish cooking. Let me land my plane. Let me dock that yacht." But you the code of the show once again with that facial expression.
Oh yeah, I just don't want to interrupt you. You might snap on me too, but anyways, go ahead.
No, we don't snap on each other, man. I mean, look, once again, no one's perfect. You know, you're still growing. What's your age? Well, when you ain't gotta say your age, but you're not older than me. You're not older than me, so you're still growing. You know, and that's the journey. That's the beauty in the journey. You know what I'm saying? But I will ask this, and this not a trick question, and this is not rhetorical. This is a direct question. I know how I speak sometimes. How many times you have to lie to be a liar?
One time.
Exactly. So
How many times you got to do something hypocritical to be deemed a hypocrite? But we ain't got to go down that rabbit hole. And this is not trying to box you into anything. Though it was good dialogue between you and B, and a very, informative on both sides. And I don't think there was really a right or a wrong. But when I was calling in at that point where it seemed like both of y'all were reaching the apex of y'all points, it's one thing I would say to you that I will hold you accountable for. You said, hey, he won't let me answer in the way I prefer to give my answer, which you're right. But if you go back not even 5 minutes before that, just when you was making a point, as when I believe you were saying, well, my children not going to be raised when they're 30, 40 years old, saying Malcolm, believing or spewing or believing that Malcolm was a hypocrite. You were compartmentalizing his responses as in yes or no. And I felt like that was unfair. So how you going to have to say, hey, you can only respond with yes or no, but when I respond, I get a whole paragraph or a whole sentence or two. And shout out to DB. Salute to you, King. I've been on earlier and I didn't address you. So I don't want you to. Okay. Yeah, salute to you. But yeah, that was the only point where I was calling. I was like, you can't be raising the rim or moving the goalposts like that. If everybody just going to answer yes or no, then that's cool. That's the consensus. But if you're going to answer in the way that you feel best or comfortable giving your answer, then let that be the consensus on both sides. And that was all. But those facial expressions you was giving is priceless. They priceless, man. I was like, God, what is he thinking now? That is definitely the gold in the show.
I was actually thinking about the Brooklyn Nets. If you want me to be honest with you, I was like, man, I want to put $10,000 that they win the championship. I was thinking about that shit when he was talking. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was just like it was. Just,
you got that much confidence in Hard? Yeah, he dropped 44 the other night, right?
I don't know, but I just think like it's gonna be hard beating them in the 7-game series.
Yeah, because my Lakers, I don't know. They beat the Magic tonight. That's both of my squads.
They got Drummond too. Did Drummond sign with them yet?
I don't know. I ain't did the research yet.
Signed with them at 2 o'clock. At 5 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
All right. So it's official. So it is official.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. And shout out to y'all West Coast. Yeah, y'all got 2 teams in the Elite Eight. UCLA. They pulled it off overtime. It shouldn't have went into overtime. Like, well, I don't want to spoil it for those that haven't seen it. It was epic.
Should have fouled them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. They definitely should have fouled them. But they still pulled it off. They looked it better in overtime. It was like, hey, like you just exactly like you say, hey, this the inspiration you want to give me? Then let's hear how I go from here. And that's how UCLA came out. Oh, we in overtime. You gonna wish you hadn't had this. You should have lost this in regulation because they can't. It wasn't even close in overtime. Not in my analysis. But shout out to UCLA. Shout out to both of the West Coast college team, USC as well. North Carolina. That's my college squad. They got eliminated first round, but they did make the tournament. So take that, y'all Dukies. And that's all I had. But yeah, it's still beyond boxing. This was a golden show, something we can all go back and re-listen to and really take something positive from it. Once you get through the murky waters of who was right, who was wrong, and all that. I think this is something that elevates us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, so shout out DB. Good show and good content from you as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great interview today. Great interview.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, even though Bob was still
he always gonna do that. He always gonna tap dance, man.
Mm-hmm. Tap dance. No more top ranks, topped up. He's the originator.
Who you think is gonna be? Pacquiao or Thurman?
Adrian Broner or the winner of David and Goliath Part 2.
No, did say that.
Of those two, more likely Keith Thurman, because Pacquiao, probably, believe it or not, he didn't gave Bob the finger. Bob done gave him the finger. He done gave Bob the finger. So that's where they at right now. They both still giving each other the finger. Fuck you. Well, fuck you. Well, fuck you. Well, fuck you. So that puts a lot of cachet with Keith Thurman, and I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll find out tomorrow because everyone heard it on the show. Shout out to everyone involved. Everyone heard it on the show. Now everybody's gonna be making phone calls all day tomorrow, and it's gonna leak out. And so,
yeah. So who do you prefer?
Who do I prefer?
Right. Of those two that you gave me, yeah.
Thurman.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah. Because everybody's saying how not everybody, but a majority of the people saying how, you know, things got oversaturated. I feel like the Pacquiao Crawford fight is oversaturated. To me, there's no nostalgia in it. I feel Bud will watch them then and now, but it would have been way more competitive, 5, 6, 7 years ago? And people don't bring that up.
Yeah, right.
So I feel that's oversaturated. I think it's more intriguing and still probably more competitive seeing them in the ring with Thurman. But we know what to come back with. Well, Pacquiao beat Thurman. You know, we already prepared for that comeback. Yeah, he did. But still, as of now, 2021, what is going to be the most competitive fight?
That's a great fight, man. Thurman is a great fight on paper. I might be there.
Oh yeah. And I give Thurman, regardless of what Thurman, I ain't gonna say regardless of what Thurman shows up, but just say the Thurman that showed up against Pacquiao, I still give him a 45% winning chance. That version of Keith Thurman that got in the ring with Pacquiao. But I feel he should be a better version of himself. See, come back, and then now that increases the percentage. I give Thurman 55% chance if he he go that extra mile as far as his training and preparation. I put the money on him. Because I feel Bud, he's as good as he is at 147. He's smoking mirrors. He's J.R. Smith, or who the one? What's the guy you like? What's his name?
What's his name out of Inglewood High School?
I just call him J.R. Smith. You corrected me. Who is he?
Harold Miner.
Harold Miner.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Bud is Harold Miner. Well, to me, J.R. Smith. He's that guy. There's no disrespect to him. We ain't gonna talk about the accolades outside the ring. Yes, beautiful fathers and all that. We were parallel to that. But in the ring against top competition at 147, we don't know who that dude is. We don't know who he is, and I think it's going to get exposed once he get in there with an elite 147 former champion, or top contender. But that's my time, Fred. Great show as usual. Been well entertained. Shout out to everyone. Everybody stay blessed.
Appreciate you. DB?
Harold Miner, man, it's funny, as I Googled Harold Miner probably about a year ago or so, and he doesn't like doing interviews. Nope. He doesn't like talking to the media. He lives in Las Vegas. I believe he owns a car dealership. A car dealership. There you go. And another small business. I can't remember what it was. Maybe a convenience store or something. But I was happy for him, man. You know, he looked healthy. He didn't look like he looked like he was still working out or just staying healthy at least. And so I was happy to see that, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy when you have the high expectations of a dude like that, reading all the old articles and like seeing all the old videos on YouTube and what people expected out of the dude and the type of talent that he had and the physical, this dude could jump out the freaking building, and who could imagine, he would stick his tongue out and put his, bend his knees, put his legs back, all of those things. And to be compared to the second greatest player of all time, arguably, that's tough, man.
Second greatest player of all time.
Yeah, right. Arguably, because some people would say Kareem, but So shout out to Harold Miner, man, and blessings and good health and good fortune to continue to come his way. Yeah, but man, it was a good day. I didn't see the Dylan White fight at all, actually, and there was so much. There were so many because I'm in all of these different MMA platforms, comment sections and stuff like that. And, you know, just like when people come in here, they've never been in here before, and then they come in and they just like, just to drop something. And the same thing those dudes do. They'll come to my videos or whatever, and they'll just say one thing. And I'm like, all right, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the details. Like, give me the backup. And, yeah, they fade. But those racist dudes, man, they just hated the fact that Francis.
He goes great, man. Damn.
Right?
Whew.
I mean, yeah. There's only about 5-6 dudes that, I mean, I don't think not many, if any, compared to his punching power. But there's an old dude back in the day, and I know Reggie might remember this, and shout out to Big Tank, the Sweet Science Examiner. And I know Kyle gave props to me and DJ, but you know, Reggie considered himself a boxing guy, but Reggie liked combat sports, and he's been watching MMA for a long time too. But Big Tank, he knows his MMA and combat sports very, very well too. So I got to shout out to those dudes too. They make the conversations great. But there's a guy, his name was Shane Carwin. And some of the people, and Jay Dixon knows this stuff pretty well too. But Shane Carwin, this dude used to hit super, super hard. His hands were bigger than Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was wearing a glove that was bigger than a 5X. They had to make specialized gloves for Brock, and so this dude actually had to have specialized gloves made for him. Shane Carwin, and you may know what's the Super Samoan?
Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Say it again.
I said Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
No, Super Samoan. Mark Hunt. He's I believe he is the cousin to what's the half Samoan, half Fijian, or half Tongan? He used to be a heavyweight. Hit super duper hard. Like one of the hardest hitting heavyweights of all time.
David Tua.
There you go, Tua. Yeah, I think him and Tua are cousins. I could be wrong. They probably just call each other that. But yeah, and Derek Lewis and Francis. But Francis is so crazy. I don't know if you remember. I sent you this. I sent you a video several months ago. But they did. You know how you go to the sports lab, the science sports lab.
Yeah, you did send me that with the percentage of the punches. Yeah.
Yeah. So they measured his punch, and his punch was equivalent to getting hit by whatever year that was. Maybe it was a 2015 or 16 or whatever it was. But a Ford Escort going at full speed and crashing into a wall. His punch was a little more than that. Could you imagine that? Getting run over by a Ford Escort and getting hit by Francis Ngannou.
Well, if you Kobe, you just jump over it. You know what I mean? You got them hyper dunks. If you had the hyper dunks like Kobe, you just jump over any car. You know what I mean?
Oh, you damn right. Yeah, I'll pull the snakes and all of that. You better believe it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Goats fly too. Goats fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
by the way, go buy Patty Dean's sweater, man. COVIDly committed, man. Drop the link, PPD. Sell a hoodie. Sell a hoodie.
Let's see. Bunny in the Ghetto said, "Why is there only a few heavyweights in the UFC?" Oh no, that ain't true. Shit, you crazy? Yeah, type in UFC heavyweight rankings. You'll see, or just UFC heavyweights. You'll see a list. Yeah, there's a ton. Showed more said Ngannou was a monster. Yes, indeed. Cameron said, "R.I.P. to Bean." Yeah, R.I.P. to Bean, man. A bean, a goat, a mamba, all at the same time. Dre Bug, what up? Dre Bug, yeah, you listen, man. We ain't got a gloat, man, but we got that W yesterday, man. Francis is
damn.
Francis, and I was so happy for Dewey too, man. I was so happy for Dewey Cooper along with Francis. What you say?
Man, man, that nigga is big, man. Fuck.
Told you.
Damn. The Predator, right?
He's not just tall or just wide, but even if you see him like at a side angle, god damn.
Like got big back.
Man, everything. Like his shoulders, Yeah, so I think the closest that I've been to him was probably like just in the same room, but like when there's a crowd around and you can't get to the front, so just in the same room but from a distance. But his shoulders, like just the width, his shoulders like the size of my whole. Well, I was smaller then, but the size of my whole chest area. Yeah, big ass dude, man. Yeah,
he's super big.
Yeah, Jay Booksy, y'all got the dub. Yeah, gonna have Dewey on the show, man. They won, got it. Yeah. Dewey came and represented for us, man. Ngannou versus Lewis, who you got? Damn. I don't want to see that fight, man.
It gotta happen. That's next. That's what Dana White said is next.
I know. Fucking Dana White, man. They always do this shit whenever and you know what's funny is this is gonna allow Stipe, because these dudes go in there and fight, right? One of these dudes lose, and all they do is just put Stipe right back in the mix.
Yeah.
He gets knocked out again, but that means that, like, say for example, if Derek Lewis loses that fight, then he'd fall from the number 1 contender to like number 7 or 8, and have to work fight by fight to fight the number 6 guy, the number 5 guy, the number 4 guy, and 3 guy to get back into to title contention. I want these dudes to get in there and be able to be Gauskas and some of these newer dudes, or Alexander Volkov, let Derek Lewis fight against Stipe. You know what I'm saying? Let him knock his block off. Let him go into retirement. Shit, he was claiming he wanted to spend more time with his wife and his daughter. Well, do it then. You're a combat athlete. You only got a short period of time. And when you hit 40, it's a wrap. So you're 38 years old, homie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in there. But
Matt Green, who you got, man? DB, Jones, or Nagano?
I got Francis, man. As I mentioned before, man, John Jones and his coaches, Coach Winklejohn and Greg Jackson, the master strategists, they put together phenomenal game plans. And John Jones is like, he's a champion. Not just on paper. He's not just a champion because he's got the belt, but he's got that heart. And I believe it was Reg or somebody was talking about this though too. Like he was in a submission by a longtime jiu-jitsu black belt and former UFC champion Vitor Belfort. He had him in a armbar submission, and I mean he had it fully extended, man. Like shit, he was almost getting ready to break John Jones's arm. And John Jones is like, I'm not tapping to this. There's no way I'm giving up this title. Like, you got to pull my arm off, but I'm not tapping out. And he ended up dropping him and getting out of the submission and submitting Vitor a few minutes later. But that's that kind of spirit that John Jones has. He just finds a way to win. He just finds a fucking way to win. I mean, and it's kind of like Lennox Lewis, for example, right? Lennox Lewis, like he wasn't the strongest. Lennox Lewis wasn't the fastest, but fuck, he's so smart in the ring. Like he just finds a way to beat dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because what?
He's never lost, John Jones?
No, John Jones never lost.
He's undefeated in UFC.
Yeah.
In all MMA, he's undefeated.
Well, he was in another organization before that. He may have lost the fight, but he started competing at. Well, he was a champion of another organization. He only fought he just started fighting. He fought, I believe, 6 months before he came into the UFC. Just a few months. So yeah, he's not one of those dudes who've been fighting his entire life. I mean, he wrestled in college.
Damn.
Went to a junior college and then ended up going to a bigger college. But, in terms of MMA, yeah, he was only doing it just a short time before entering the UFC. Had a few fights and was looking spectacular. And then one of his teammates, Rashad Evans, couldn't fight. They said, well, we need somebody to fight. John Jones went in there and took it and shit. Been a decade, and he's still been whooping ass. Yeah. He's got a disqualification to a guy named Matt Hamill, who he was absolutely destroying for what they call 12-6 elbows. You can't take an elbow and go directly to the top of somebody's crane, like to the top of their head. So you have to bring your elbows down at an angle if you hit somebody on the top of the head.
And that's his only loss ever in the history of sports.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, John Jones he's that dude, man.
And what happened to his toe? Someone was talking about his toe in the chat.
He fought against Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen, the dude Anderson Silva fought twice, beat him twice. And then, as a matter of fact, it's funny because when the reason Chael Sonnen got that fight against John Jones because nobody else wanted to fight him. Dana said he called like 10 or 12 dudes and nobody wanted to take that fight. Everybody was saying, give me a full camp. I can't do it. No, maybe later. I'm sick. And they called Chael, and Chael was like, fuck it, I'll take the fight. So he got in there with John Jones and had his toe hanging off of his damn foot. And he just kept fighting. John went in there and beat the shit out of Chael. And
his toe was hanging before the fight?
No, like during the fight.
He dislocated his big toe.
Yeah, but the skin was torn as well. So like it was crazy. It wasn't so it looked like it was a broken toe. Like, I mean, it looked like it was like hanging from his. You'll see it. I'll send you a little.
No, I want to see it. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I believe you.
But that kind of stuff right there, though, he fights through that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, this not gonna stop me. And he's not. Some people, they want you to know they're injured, so they start wincing and blinking their eyes and making faces like that ain't John. He is a champion's champion, but Francis Ngannou is super.
I mean,
fucking strong.
It's gonna be a 30-pound difference, right? 20.
Yeah,
40?
John Jones packed on a whole bunch of weight, man. But it's that's not his optimal weight. He'll be big and he'll be bulky. And
dude, that fight would set records, man.
That fight. That's the biggest fight to make, I believe, in the sport. That's like a Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 3, or Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. 3-4 years ago.
I want to see that.
It's one of those fights.
Dude, I want to see that.
No, John Jones also, he comes from a family of his sister was a track athlete. She went to Olympic qualifier. She had brain cancer, I believe, and she passed away.
Jesus.
But his two brothers they both play in the NFL. I believe one plays for the Vikings, the other one plays for the Patriots.
Chandler Jones, he got really. I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah. So his father and his mom, they all played sports at a high level, collegiate level and above. Yeah, so it's just in him, you know what I mean? Wow. So all he knows is being a competitor. But Francis is just different. That power is just, he's like one of the fucking Avengers, man. He's like the Incredible Hulk. He doesn't have to hit you in your face. He's one of those dudes, he hits you on your shoulder and have your shoulder dislocated. He can't throw punches. You try to block a punch and he hits you on your elbow and dislocate it. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. And adding those kicks with those tree trunk legs, man. Man, yeah, it's funny. I'm sitting there watching with one of my friends, and she was like, "What if you had to fight him?" I said, "Shit, I won't." What you mean? You want me to play Superman? I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm running. Shit.
Yeah, be a fool. If you want to.
No way.
He would crush, man. That's a damn. Dana Jones says John Jones by KO. The whole family comes from champion bloodlines. Jones is a power blood. Both his brothers played in the NFL.
Bless your heart, Dana. And Jesus wept. Yeah.
Damn, if we get that fight and we ain't getting Spence Crawford, man, shit. Fuck.
Oh no, that fight happens way before Spence Crawford and way easier.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, way easier.
That's crazy that a super fight like that happens ASAP.
Yeah, that fight. Yeah, but these dudes, they want to fight each other. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like John Jones knows that the odds are against him. He knows that there's a possibility
he likes that,
of him getting sent to outer space. And as soon as the fight was over, he was like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, send me a contract and show me the money." You know what I mean? And funny thing is, you'll hear this narrative too. Dana White's like, "Oh, John must be scared. No, John doesn't want the fight because he's asking for more money." Well, John's contract is up in one more fight, and John Jones is the greatest of all time. So John Jones to go in there as the GOAT and fight against Francis Ngannou, he deserves more money. And this ain't got nothing to do with Francis giving him money or purse bids and splits and all of that shit. You know, all you got to do is just add something to the pot. That's it. And those contracts work in different ways. So you have a show salary. You also have a win salary. So, for example, you may hear somebody say 250 and 250. You get 250,000 to fight. I mean, to show up and fight, or shit. Actually, you just got to make weight and get on the scale, and you get that. You win, you get the additional 250. And if you get the fight of the night, you get $50,000. Even if you're the loser and you're in the fight of the night, you get an additional 50,000. If you get the knockout of the night, 50,000. If you get submission of the night, you get 50,000. And of course, if you're in the main event or if you're a champion, you get pay-per-view points. So, yeah, that's a huge fight. Brother Cotan said, "What do you think about Michael Venom Page?" Michael Venom Page is a monster. Douglas Lima is a beast over there though too. So he gotta be able to avenge that loss. But I think Michael Venom Page is one of the most creative strikers that we've seen in mixed martial arts. He's gotta. Same thing happened to him. Well, no, actually, he just got caught, man. He got caught, but I like his showmanship. Some people call it showboating when it's a black guy, but he's got great showmanship. His speed is crazy. He's got that karate style, that karate blitz. He can put his hands down and dart in and out and hit dudes with a 5-punch combo just at the drop of a dime. Yeah, he's super talented. And we were talking about this on Kyle's yesterday too. A lot of times people think that the UFC is where all the talent is at, man, and that's not true. There's talent everywhere. You know what I mean? Like there's talent everywhere. Michael Venom Page is one of those dudes. He come to the UFC, he's able to beat shit just about everybody at the welterweight division. You know, AJ McKee is over there, and he's one of those dudes. He can come over here and he can be a champion and beat plenty of dudes in his division. Ryan Bader was who's a champion over there. He was a title contender. Corey Anderson left the UFC, and he was the number one contender next up for a John Jones fight. You know, I mean, and the list goes on. Anthony Rumble Johnson, 2-time title contender. Oh, that's another person I mentioned too. His power is ridiculous too. Yeah. I'm gonna send you some video. I just try not to every time I see something, because that's all I'm watching all day, right? So when I got these videos, I'm like, oh, I'm finna send that to bro. I'm like,
yeah, because I know nothing. I got to subscribe to their YouTube channels. So you got to send me some channels to subscribe to.
Yeah, it's more of the videos and the channels, because you'll hear the content creators, man. They'll always throw their little jabs in. You'll always hear it, you know. So that's why it's important for me, for us, you know, Kyle, Big Tank, Reg, to keep not a narrative, but to keep our truths there and to be able to represent for our people, you know, because they'll always throw their little jabs. Yeah.
Right. Bob called EJ a duck. D asked that question, why they call EJ a duck.
Who said that?
D. I mean, he just protecting his fighter, you know. I don't think he can say Bud is a duck. Same way he said he want Teofimo to win. He don't want Teofimo to win that fight. Hell nah. You cross me like that. Oh, I forgot to ask him. Damn.
Money in the Ghetto is Ngannou versus Jones a bigger fight than Conor versus Khabib? Jones. Yeah, I think so. If that fight is made this year, yeah, it is.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think that
they did like 1.7 buys or some shit, 2 million buys or something like that.
Yeah, you got to think heavyweights are always
yeah,
heavyweights are always gonna do more than other people, you know. Even though Conor and Khabib both got crazy fan bases, but Khabib's fan base grew exponentially, like it grew crazy after that fight. He already had a lot of fans, but leading up to that fight, he got a lot because of who he was fighting. And Conor's fan base came after the Jose Aldo fight, right as the Floyd Mayweather fight came. That's where he really blew up. So it's not like these dudes have fans that's been there with them for many years, and like it's crazy. So Yeah, I think this is a good time. If that fight happens in 2021, which I believe it will, yeah, that'll be a bigger fight. And MVP is Emmanuel Augustus of the UFC. Yeah, that's a good one, Quincy. Yeah. Remember Emmanuel Augustus?
Yeah. Floyd.
Yeah. Michael Venom Page actually is like that. You know what I'm saying? Irky jerky, a lot of movement. Yeah, that's a good one. Who you got? A young George St. Pierre or Khabib? A young George St. Pierre or Khabib. I will go with Khabib because George St. Pierre did not add boxing to his game until he got older and started training with Freddie Roach and some more striking coaches. But young George St. Pierre that was just wrestling and using some submissions, I don't think he would have been able to handle Khabib's pressure. Yeah. And you got to think most of the people that he beat, they were wrestlers that didn't use their wrestling in fights with him. They ended up standing up striking, which is a pet peeve of mine. What's up, peeps? Peeps on peeps. Good night. Kung Lee was a great champion. Yeah, Kung Lee, one of my favorites to watch. You watch Kung Lee fight, man, he's a highlight machine. It doesn't look like it. Very unassuming dude. He's one of those dudes that be sitting in the park feeding the birds bread and somebody come up to him and get their whole block knocked off. Yeah. Let me see. Francis versus John Jones, a huge pay-per-view. Great fight. Yeah, Travis. Huge. Joe Jack Khabib be punking everybody on the ground. Yeah. Freddie the Joke, Coach Roach. Yeah, Young Murph. Yeah, Freddie like working with these MMA dudes because they get excited about things that they never learned about boxing, right? Everybody learned the 1-2, the 1-2-3, and the 4-punch combinations, but damn it, fuck, I probably can't find it anymore. You know how not YouTube, on Instagram, they have these sponsored things that come up?
Yeah.
But I'm not subscribed to them, but they had one with Lennox Lewis, and he was talking about Emmanuel showing him about hand positions. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Damn, it's a good one. I was gonna send it to Reggie because he love Lennox, but I guess I'm gonna try to find it and send it to you. But I saw that, and my mouth is dropped. It was just a 40-second clip, but just you learn so much from these dudes, and those MMA fighters that have always been wrestlers and grapplers or just been kickboxers, but never really been to Thailand or the Philippines and like going into extreme camps and staying over there for a long time. They learn something from a boxer and they get excited when they meet Freddie Roach or Teddy Atlas and they show them little intricate details of boxing and they get all excited and shit, which is good though, because once their hands are better, they become a more complete mixed martial artist. And the fights are better. Shinya Aoki is a monster. Yeah, Shinya Aoki is again one of those unassuming dudes, man. He'd fucking choke you out. What's up with Tyron Woodley? Is he still fighting? Right before the show started, right before I opened up the barber shop, I saw something come through and it said ex-champion leaves UFC, so it could be T Wood, but Tyron Woodley, he lost last night, but guess what, man? He came and fucking fought.
Yeah.
He came out aggressive.
He was aggressive, yeah.
And even though he lost, man, I was extremely proud of his vigor and his activity and his heart that he showed and shit. He was out on his feet for a while, man, and he didn't have no legs, but he sat against that cage and was still trying to throw bombs, So I mean, if he retires, I support that. I would love for them to give him a soft touch and let him get a victory and retire that way, man. A great champion and long time ambassador and good dude of the sport.
Did he make a lot of money?
Woodley probably made $500,000.
No. Oh, last night.
Right, last night.
Oh, but I'm saying through the course of his career, he made a lot of money.
After he became champion, he started making money. He was one of those dudes that Dana White stopped liking because he called racism and bigotry to 2 or 3 different things. He also asked for more money, like more pay-per-view points and stuff like that. So Dana don't like to be contested. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And somebody contest him like that. He didn't like it. And so him and Tyron Woodley didn't have a you know, they didn't really have a good relationship. But to answer the second part of your question, yeah, he made good money once he became champion, but also he was in, he started doing little parts in movies. He was in Straight Outta Compton. He was in 2 other movies. I don't even know what they are, but he did a commercial, and also he had a spot on, what's the little gossip news station? What is it called? They Everywhere. The one that broke Kobe's death before everybody.
TMZ.
TMZ. There you go. He had a spot, or he has a spot on TMZ where he does the sports and MMA and boxing. So,
damn.
And also he does a commentary.
Everything.
He also has a breakdown, a breakdown channel of him breaking down fights. Yeah,
you know everything.
You crazy.
Shit.
Let's see. After Spence Ugas, we'll see what they do. I just want to see the fights. Man, I don't care. Listen, I don't give a shit who, man, if I want to see Bud get in there with Ugas, I want to see him get in there with Keith, I want to see him get in there with Sean or Manny. Any one of those fights, I'm cool with. You won't hear shit from me about those fights. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's up. But also, EJ got to fight one of those same 4 dudes. And, you know, I don't really give a shit about them fighting Manny so much because he doesn't have a belt. They both can make some money, which is what they both crying about. But, you know, I want them dudes to be able to get belts first while making belts and money simultaneously.
Right.
You know, so it makes us as the spectators and fans happy, makes them happy, and then they can move up and you know, hopefully they get enough to secure themselves, man. Because you know, we make fun about this all of the time, but man, seeing old boy in his buddy's basement sleeping and getting kicked off the live, man, that shit hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because these are dudes that it's just like now. Who's a fighter right now? And that's like a Zab Judah, right? Or somebody. I mean, imagine talking to Zab in 7 to 10 years from now, and we got him on the show, and somebody telling him that he got to hang up the phone and get off the live. That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it would be. So, you know, and I know, listen, some people, we didn't like what he said or you know, about him being able to beat Floyd and him being able to beat, you know, he beat up B-Hop and sparring. And, you know, people didn't like that. So immediately it was like, let's attack him. And I wouldn't attack him. Shit, I just joke around with him the same way I joke with anybody else. Shit, Charleston and Bob Arum, I'll say some slick, sly shit, but man, that's still our brother, man. And that shit didn't feel good to me. So anyway, that's the purpose of me wanting Bud and EJ and Sean and all of these dudes to be able to get some money, but they got to give back to the sport and give back to their community both. So when they get these younger fighters to come in, they got to give their knowledge away. I don't know, did you say what good is? Yeah, you mentioned that shit today. You said something about the knowledge or the history shouldn't die with a person. Didn't you say that?
Maybe it was Brandon. Maybe it was Brandon.
No, I think it was you. I think you said that it should be in a book or it should be documented or something.
Maybe.
Damn, you don't remember your own words, bro?
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, I know why you say that. You're talking about Bob Arum. You're saying that it should be.
That was That was years ago when. I mean, not months ago when I was telling him he should do the autobiography, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was February, bro. That's only a month ago.
Yeah, but in context to today, I would have never got that. You know what I mean? Like you said today. I'm like, no.
Yeah, before you mentioned it today too. I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact,
probably was Brandon. It was probably Brandon too. Maybe Brandon said it as well.
No. The therapist Frederick Hawthorne.
The therapist.
I'm willing to bet 100 push-ups on it, man.
No, I believe you. Nah, I believe you. I really believe you now. Shit. Like I said, I had a push-up. I damn sure don't feel like getting down. I want to walk. Like walking right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get these last couple up. Let's see what they're talking about right here. Let's see. Bud beats them all. All right, Sheldon. Yeah. Listen, Bud is super talented, man. Bud is super duper talented. He's a great boxer. You know, we just been asking for him to not talk so crazy, and we put him on blast the same way we put everybody else on blast, right? A year ago, all of us would have been saying that Jamal Charlo was the lion of lions.
Oh my gosh. Talk about disappointing.
Right? But we put him on blast too. So that does that mean that we are haters because we're telling the truth of repeating the shit that he said? That's some shit he said. So we just repeating it. So when Bud say fuck the fans, when Bud say I don't want that fight, I don't need Spence, I don't want to fight him after he coming fresh off of an accident, that's the shit that Bud said. So there they go hating on Bud again. Spence fanboys. Shit. Yeah. Anyway, but the coach said Bud has to prove it. Yeah. He got talent, but he got to prove his worth. Absolutely. Yeah. What time we got, Brody? All right, yeah. Let's see.
Ready?
Last couple of questions. The last couple, let me see. He was mad at Dana. I'm talking about T. Wood. These guys have always been bigger than him. Jada, I think you're talking about John Jones. All the guys usually bigger than him. That wouldn't be true. These last couple of guys have been as big as him, but John Jones is 6'4" and have damn near 85 inch reach. So, yeah, he's a big dude. He got little bitty legs and he looks thin, but if you see John Jones, in person, he a big ass dude. He a big dude too. Willie did his thing. Yeah, hey, Ron Tufo, shout out to Jersey. Willie should retire. Yeah, he deserves it, man. Freddie's an offensive coach, no defense. Yeah, yeah. Murr said Freddie Roach is an offensive coach, no defense. Damn, I'm trying to think of any Freddie fighters that have really, really good defense. Damn, Young Merv the cut, man. You win again, brother. All right, I think we got all of it there. They have to get their bread before it ends up. Yeah, Reggie said they got to get their bread before it's all said and done. Yes, indeed. But they have to give back to the sport in order for us to continue enjoying it, and for, you know what I'm saying, for Lil DB and for Lil Reg and for, you know, Lincoln, and for them to enjoy it. These dudes that are fighting now, that are making all of this bread, Tank and Dev and all of these dudes, and Ryan, all of these dudes that's talking about I make bread, I make money, I get M's. Those dudes have to give back to the sport. So they have to open a gym. So these young dudes in their neighborhoods can have a gym to go to. Reg, we talked about this. Ain't no gyms in South Central. You know what I'm saying? No black gyms in South Central. Plenty of gyms here, but shit, you gotta go and you gotta have a Mexican coach more than likely. You know what I'm saying? But we need our gyms with our coaches in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes will have an outlet to go to and have these coaches build them up. And I think in Philly, Jersey, New York, DC, those dudes that's what they have. So anyhow, man, that's it, man. Another good one. People's Hernandez, I know you're ready to drop down 5 on us, man. You know, we had some good boxing talk. We talked to old man Bob. And if anybody can bob and weave, that's his name. Bob, his middle name is Sam, last name Weave. That's right, Bob and Weave. But you know what? Bob is in here, man. He's in here with us, and he's not answering all the questions. He'll answer half of them, and you know, he's got a whole bunch of stories. Even if it ain't something necessarily that we were looking for before the show. But, you know, somebody 100 years old, man, shit, there's some knowledge there. There's so much experience. They're going to drop something on us, you know. And
I'm very interested to see who Bud picks, though, or who Bob picked for Bud.
Yeah. Both.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for that. At least we got something to look forward to this week in boxing, a confirmed fight, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if his words hold up true. You know, we'll see if it holds up.
Yeah. Dutch Schultz says Fortuna or Garcia. I believe Fortuna gets him. Who do you think? I think Ryan Garcia. Man, I don't know. That's a tough fight. I don't know, Dutch. Who do you think? Javier Fortuna, Ryan Garcia.
Who wins?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, for sure.
Okay.
They're gonna make sure he wins. They're gonna do something to handicap him. I don't know what, but Ryan can't go out like that. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I would pick Javier Fortuna, but you know, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do something.
Yes. All right. Shad Moore said, doesn't matter. They get smoked. Yes, indeed. Who we got tomorrow, bro?
Just us. King Randall rescheduled till April 12th. So it's just us. And then Tuesday we got Coach Cam. And then Wednesday we got Wesley Muhammad. And then, which is the 31st, which is I'm not Malcolm, but Nipsey's. And then and then the first is our anniversary. I figured the first would be our anniversary. I just picked it. So April.
It's like when you're in high school or in college and shit, you be dating a chick, just really hanging out with her and shit. She'd be like, you know, today our anniversary date. I'd be like, oh, okay, shit. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it'll be much of the same. And then so we got a good week this week, and then we rolling in April. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Eli Zachary said Fortuna hadn't fought in almost 2 years.
No, he just fought on Fox. He just fought on Fox and knocked some guy out in the first round.
Javier Fortuna?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I can't think of it.
Mm-hmm. First round knockout, destroyed that kid.
Damn. All right. Well, let's rock and roll, man. Some love to the family, man. Before we get out of here, we're gonna slide over to the brother Kyle, man. Show him some love, and everybody hit the thumbs up button, man. If you liked the video, and if you didn't like the video, you can give it a thumbs down. It's up to you. But thanks for coming out and supporting the shop. You know, even for the people that's in the shadows, you can do it too. Yes. Oh yeah. And covertly committed. That sweater that Fred has on, that is from the Queen Patty Dean, PPD. Y'all can get those sweaters. Did y'all drop the link already, Fred?
PPD, gonna drop the link or go to her Instagram.
Yeah, let's get the link. People lazy to go to IG.
Yeah, let's sell a sweater too.
Yeah, let's get that. And by the way, too, Big Tank and his family, man, for Black Star Collectibles, man, they opened up another.
Really?
They opened up another spot in I think it's downtown Long Beach.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So they must be doing really well, right? To be able to open up another one that fast.
Yeah, that's fly. Yeah. And drop a cup of coffee in the GoFundMe. PPD, just put that link and put your link for the sweater as well. You know, that'll be dope too. Yeah, congratulations to Tankin though. They expanded. Yeah.
It made me smile, man.
Yeah, appreciate the shop for supporting that store. That I went up there, PPD went up there, DB went up there. I saw Jarvis up there. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, Ryan Fortuna, De La Hoya, Sweet Pea, and Haney versus Linares. Yeah, you're right. Mayweather Castillo, you're right. Somewhere in there, it's gonna squeeze somewhere in there. You know, they're gonna find a way. 24 Jeezy, they gonna find. I appreciate you supporting the channel. They gonna find a way, man. They definitely gonna find a way. For sure.
Yes, indeed. All right, man. So we're gonna ready to slide out of here, man. So I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. And first and foremost, salute to the sister and queen, Patty Dean. She dropped the link in there, man. So y'all going and support Sheldon Moore. Salute to you. He said, great stream, guys. Yeah, Fred leads the way, man, and we follow. 24 Jeezy, salute to you, man, and thank you for the super chat. My brother Brian G said, Big Dog Fred, salute, big brother. Yeah, Eli Zachary talks everything. Eli says peace. And my California brother up to the north, he said a fire show. That's Yova. Salute YG. Young World done slid in here late. Ken Lon Jones, salute KJ. In here late. Brother Code 10, man, all in the chat, keeping us busy, man. Salute to you. He said, barbershop. With another one. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, this definitely was a barbershop show. Definitely. We were in the middle of Harlem with this one.
Yes, indeed. Travis Eggleton, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you, man. Smash that subscribe button, big dog.
Yeah, well, he must have been here before because he said bring back Michael Thompson. Let her hear him talk boxing.
Yeah, we got you.
Correct. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, South Central's own, my brother. And then we got KDDR7989. Y'all got some. All right. Salute to you and welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
And shout out for the super chats. I think he sent a couple of super chats earlier when Bob was in here.
Yeah, thank
you. So Dutch Schultz, salute to Dutch Schultz and welcome to the show, Dutch.
Welcome to the show.
We appreciate
Mark,
y'all.
what were you gonna say?
I said I appreciate you. For sure.
Yes. Mark Fralin, Quincy Wesley, Asia Maps, SF City Slicker, Players Ball, salute to you, Jai the Real, hi my Roth, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Bang bang, we got David Scott III, salute Dave. We got D in the building, Stephen Pope Coney, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Love is the word. Hey, you know who was in here earlier? Keena Eaton was in here.
Yeah, Keena. I'm actually on her live right now. I was trying to. I see Reggie Owens in there. I see G5 Gabe. You know, I was just pushing it. Yeah, just to get the algorithms up. Yeah, just to support it.
Right on. I didn't
support her while she live. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go over there. Just hit the like real quick for one time. But yeah, let me see. We got Mark Wunderlich in here. Salute to SLC, TBA, Tom Brown. Oh, he was telling me earlier, TMZ. Yeah, that gossip site. Joe Jack, Carlos Copeland, Young Merv, the Cut Man, and my San Diego brother, Dave Jack, DJ 313, and we got Master Son 22. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I appreciate y'all, man. Damn, y'all niggas.
Yeah, let's see. You got S.Riddle45 done slid in here. He been listening. And two, let's see, Jay Gibson. What up, Jay? And my cousin D-Man Jr., my big bro Puncho in there. Rich Bartley, salute. He said, great show. There you go. Massachusetts own D. Hodges in the building. I think we got everybody. Oh, and the Queen, Patricia Shelton. Salute to you, man. Let's rock and roll, Peoples Hernandez. We ready for you, man. Play the song, Fred.
I got you, big dog. Appreciate you. Yeah, tomorrow.
Matrix R.
Appreciate y'all for coming in here tonight, man. And yeah, man. Tomorrow, we'll probably have a few more of these. And yeah, what was I gonna say? I come this way before. Go buy PPD sweater. Why not? Holla at your girl.
Shout out to my brother Brandon Washington too.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon. Yeah, shout out to Brandon. Come back tomorrow. Oh man. Oh, my.
Callahan, salute, Cuzzo.
Yeah, appreciate you, dog. People's there you go.
People's Hernandez. Esta en la casa in the building.
Miracle of life. I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight, man. We started the week off pretty strong, man. Yeah, man. Started off pretty strong, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Reggie. How about them schedules, man? How about them schedules? Good fuck. What Bob said? He said, I don't believe in schedules, and he got a schedule. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Your boy. That's your man for them. That's your man.
Make it make sense, man. God damn. Yeah.
Oh, I think Reggie is going live. Reggie's going live.
Reg is going. I'll be in there. Red's going live. Let's rock out then. I watched Reg yesterday, all day yesterday. That nigga came in. You came in right on time for Dillian White. He said, I don't know them dudes. Oh man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Reg. All love, big homie. You about to hit that 1K mark. I saw your subs yesterday. Hey, tomorrow's show, man, we gotta do we gotta get you to 1,000. Where you at, DB? We gotta get you to 1,000, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in there right now. Let's see what they.
Nah, but we got to do like a motherfucking call to action where you get like 20 subs Monday, you get 20 subs on Wednesday, 30 subs on Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Shit, yeah.
How many they gonna give me right now? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We got to go subscribe to DB's channel so he can get to 1,000 subs, man. Reg is like, I saw 900 son. I don't know how many it was. We got to get him to 1,000 as well. Yeah, man. Definitely got to do that. I know around, man. Yeah, man. Network builds your net worth. For sure. Yeah. What's that? Devil is a lie. Hey. There's DB. Go subscribe. Yeah, but I'm one strike away from this nigga Reg. I got one strike right now. I'm not dealing with it. I ain't posting nobody's other content or nothing. Only my content. I got to him. I'm almost done with it though. Yeah, man. Almost done with it. We'll be good. So no biggie. We on their turf.
Shout out to Cameron Markham. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Cameron. Appreciate all the new people that came in. Hit the subscribe button, like button. Pick a button. It don't matter. 2-card Monty. Pick a button. Any button. 1 thumb, 2 thumb. Pick one. Hey, no, love y'all, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Brandon. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you, DB. Go buy PPD sweater.
Hey.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey.
That was a quick 3 hours. All right, love y'all. Peace, DB.
Love you, bro.
All right, peace, King.